is Smythe, host of the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.
Welcome to the Team Podcast, episode 035, part 2. I got my man Wells here from the Team Podcast. Still here.
Hey.
Smythe on the ones and twos.
You didn't say I was a DJ this time.
I know, I said it wasn't. It threw you off. It completely threw you off.
Like, all right, okay, well. You know what, though? I got something to come back at you with. This is episode 34, part 2, not 35, part 2.
No, 35 is right.
It's 35.
Is it? Damn.
Wow, you screwed up. And of course, we got Casey J. Ford still with us.
Don't forget the J.
All right, so obviously last episode, so we got to go extra super long. I would like to start off with this part, movie franchise, the greatest movie franchise.
The finals.
We're down to the final 2 movies. We got Indiana Jones and the Fast and Furious franchise.
What?
Wells is still shaking his head.
This
These
has
two are the
been a shocking tournament.
Do you know that that meme of like Alonzo Mourning sitting on the bench and then like the shot shows him like go like okay whatever, like this is where we are right now, Casey. These are the 2 most important franchises to ever happen.
The
apparently.
last 2 Indiana Jones movies
Hey,
were god awful.
don't even get me started on.
Okay, so
reasoning.
what happened is 2 rounds before this, what happened is Wells was gone.
I was away
He was away.
on assignment.
He's away on assignment. Very important. He dug up some great stuff for us. It was fantastic.
It was a good time.
He did put in his vote. So what the voting was on that episode was Back to the Future against Indiana Jones as a movie franchise.
Back to the Future should have won that.
Thank
Obviously,
you.
Indiana Jones moved on.
Thank you.
Star Wars against Mission Impossible. Now, Wells put in his vote for Star Wars. Obviously, me and Smythe put in ours for Mission Impossible.
And
Now,
what did,
I think I know.
and what did the fan base say?
The fans said Star Wars as well, but we've sometimes proved them.
But the fans, like, they don't know what they want.
The priest. But I think I know Casey well enough to know what he would vote for. I think I do.
Okay, what do you think I would vote
I
for?
think I do. I think you would go for Mission Impossible because I believe you think. Prove if I'm wrong. Say if I'm wrong. There might be only 3 really good movies out of the Star Wars franchise, and the rest there's a few mediocre ones, and then the rest are kind of crap.
You are right.
Yes.
Even though I probably have watched more Star Wars than
100%,
Mission Impossible. There are a lot of really bad Star Wars movies. And Mission Impossible, while they may not be really good Mission Impossible
They're a
movies,
lot better.
they're not really any really bad Mission Impossible movies either.
Maybe one. I always count part 2 is probably the worst of them all.
Yeah, but is it Phantom Menace bad? Is it Attack of the Clones bad?
It's bad.
It's pretty bad.
But my point was okay, and this is where
Phantom
And
Menace
see,
bad?
and that was our point. Wells.
And so
Sorry,
Casey, my understanding of this whole franchise tournament was you're not just taking whether you like a movie or not, you're taking the impact that movie has had.
Anything. Yeah.
Oh, then Star Wars would have won.
No, but you're taking in everything as it pertains to yourself.
Look, I'm talking
But
about
I
my
think
personal
what
opinion.
these guys weighed it more heavily on was the quality of the movies.
Yes, I
and
did.
I think that's
I did.
all they based it on.
I did.
Because
100% did.
if this is 100%,
I don't know how Indiana Jones beat Back to the Future. That's just nonsense.
I agree with that too.
Well, if you want to talk it out, how many good Indiana Jones movies are there? Out of the 5?
2.
4,
There's 4?
and there's maybe
There's
2.
2.
2 are good.
Okay, maybe 2. You
3
can argue the third
3
one.
was not good. And Crystal
See, that's
Skull
where we
will just
differ. Is like
Crystal
I said,
Skull-
3 wasn't good, and Crystal Skull was terrible.
Back to the Future 2 is not good.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Back
not
to the Future 2 isn't good.
No, it's not good. Back to the Future 1 is incredible. Back to the Future 2 is not good.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 3 is okay.
Back to the Future 1 might be the best movie of all
one of the
movies.
best movies of all time.
Back
Yes.
to
But it'd be the best movie of
Future
all
2
of them.
No,
good.
You remember as a kid being fun. It's not a good movie.
Well,
You can't tell him. You can't tell him what.
I'm arguing. When's the last time you watched it?
okay, it's about point. I watched it a long time. But
You remember as a kid
the
being
Indiana
fun.
Jones movies,
Are
the
good.
Crystal Skull.
It's pretty good. It's on Netflix.
What? Crystal Skull?
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
I'm sorry I said that.
The movie where he hid in a fridge.
I apologize.
Survived a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
No, sorry. That is like Phantom Menace bad.
Might be Attack of the Clones bad.
Now,
My
I still
argument.
say
My
Phantom Menace is
argument.
worse than
But you
Attack
can
of the
understand
Clones.
how we got here now. You can kind of understand.
My argument was that it was more than just quality of
for
movies.
you.
And then I even proved points.
Oh, man. Yes, it's
it's in his notebook. First of all,
And-
Wells created this notebook just for
And
this
I will,
one case.
because I'm guessing you didn't listen to the episode, but Mission Impossible had on Rotten Tomatoes of all the movies, the aggregate was 75%, where Star Wars was 81.
That's not. I
No.
wouldn't use that because Star Wars fans.
Love Star Wars.
Mission
They
Impossible?
They don't. No.
No,
The different-
they
the
don't. What did we just talk about with
No,
the Last Jedi?
The difference is Star Wars fans will say it's good even though they know it's not.
But this is a Rotten Tomatoes
Mission Impossible
aggregate.
wouldn't do that.
This is an aggregate
but
of
Star-
professional critics reviewing movies.
Star Wars fans, critics, whatever you want to call them, they always find something good in those movies.
See, okay. So you're leaning more towards what we did because the bad movies really weighed down the good ones.
It's not just that there are bad movies. There's so many
Yes.
bad movies.
Yeah, and they weighed them down.
Right.
It weighs down the good ones.
Now, I don't remember all... Look, if Wells is looking at which has a bigger cultural impact, there's no
Obviously.
question.
Yeah, there's no question. There's
Right?
no question.
I
Mission
mean,
Impossible, $2.7 billion made.
Oh my god.
Star Wars, 8.5.
I mean, if we're looking at the sports league, if we want to use that as an analogy,
sure.
no, Star Wars
Wars
is
The NBA?
I think the Star Wars is the NFL.
It's NFL.
It's
It's NFL.
Is the NFL of sport of movie franchises.
Now,
right?
a huge part of it was that movies had cultural impact. So Indiana Jones, for instance, defined what an action movie was.
That's not cultural.
Yeah.
You said
That's not
cultural.
That's not cultural.
What is it?
That's movie. That's just movies. in
That's
general.
just the impact on
Yeah,
movies.
and how they're
Not
created.
cultural.
That's not cultural.
You don't think Star Wars came before? You don't think that
Cultural,
had
you're
an
talking
impact?
about what's in the zeitgeist of people's, how they interact or whatever, the popularity of stuff
Black
like
Panther was more of a cultural phenomenon as opposed to
Okay, but okay, fine. You win that.
how many
All I'm
people were in
saying is that
dashikis when they saw Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones defined what the action movie
Yes,
is about.
that. To a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
and what defined what a
Mission
sci-fi
Impossible
movie was about?
defined the spy movie. What it's about.
No,
Bond did.
James Bond did.
Yeah, thank you.
And
James Bond ain't here no more.
and
Mission
you,
Impossible
and
still
you
here.
could argue that
I just think they're a quality of movie.
that
I think
Harrison Ford became a huge movie star because of what movie?
Both.
both.
No, what
Yeah,
was
Star Wars. Star
Wars was
Probably
first.
because Star Wars first. Yeah.
Star Wars was first, right? Like
Yeah, but first of all, Indiana Jones and Star Wars never went head to head, so we can't make that comparison.
They're in the same era.
yeah, they
I
were.
mean, in this tournament they didn't go head to head.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying. So we can't make that comparison here.
Okay, so anyway, the final two movies are Indiana Jones and
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. I'm not even gonna ask what Fast and Furious went up against.
What?
It steamrolled The Godfather.
Oh my goodness! It went. Are you kidding me?
Fast and Furious might be the most unanimously picked movie franchise in this entire tournament, and it wasn't even close.
How do you not like Fast
Like,
and
I
Furious, my
mean-
friend? Do you want me to tell you what it beat? I can go through all the of what it beat. So Fast and Furious beat Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Fast and
What a
Furious
great
beat.
debut. Also, Fast and Furious of this 32 team thing is 29th seed.
ranking?
A 29th seed.
Fast and
Casey.
Furious beat Alien. Fast and Furious beat Terminator.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
What? Terminator, including all the Terminators?
Yeah.
Yes, they're all in the same universe.
Every Terminator,
Okay, I can see that.
And Fast and Furious versus Godfather.
which was tough.
That was probably his toughest. Other than Lord of the Rings,
No, I would have said Lord of the Rings and Fast
Lord of
and
Rings
Furious
and
were the toughest.
Lord of Rings and Godfather should have been Fast and Furious.
No.
no.
Nope.
Have you watched Godfather 3?
You
have
haven't.
you watched Fast and the Furious 1? Have
Have
you watched
you?
Fast and the
Yes.
Furious 2?
And
Have
I
you
know.
watched Fast and the Furious 3?
Tokyo
It
Drift,
only
baby.
started getting good. And when I say good,
I beg your
I just mean
I beg your pardon, sir. As I clutch my
You're hurting
my
everyone's feelings right now.
I clutch my pearls. I beg your pardon, sir. Fast and Furious 1? I guarantee you can quote that entire movie front to back.
I can guarantee you I cannot. A bunch of little Civics driving underneath
I
trucks
sat in a room.
does not make it a great movie.
I sat in a room with a bunch of people last week, And
Just strangers,
it was like four. There was 3 girls, 2 dudes.
mostly Italian.
We were quoting that movie word for word.
That was your night?
That movie was awesome. I just put it on as a background noise. I just put it on for background noise, and everyone loved that movie. That movie was great, sir.
You really think about
Great.
Versus
It started.
The Godfather
Have you
and
watched
Lord of the Rings.
This is the problem though. Have you watched Godfather 3?
But there are bad Fast and the Furious movies.
But
Have
listen,
you
Casey,
watched Godfather?
we
3?
also included the Hobbits into the Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah. It also included- yeah.
Valid point.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was here for that. I remember that actually.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Listen,
Okay, I can
Fast
see
and
that.
Furious got to the final because it's getting better as they go along,
I think it was just peaked though.
and B, they're 8 movies deep, and you can't pick a terrible movie.
But hang on. But
Oh,
Casey, you
Fast
still haven't
and
answered my
Furious
question.
terrible. With
Yeah,
Tyrese Gibson as the star.
Yeah, Fast and Furious.
man.
Fast
I
and
like
Furious 2.
Tyrese.
Tokyo Drift.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, Too Fast, Too
yeah.
Furious. Get it right. That was horrible.
Was it?
Tokyo. Yeah, it was horrible.
Tokyo Drift.
Was it?
Tokyo
With
Drift
Lil
was
Bow
bad.
Wow?
No,
Tokyo Drift.
no,
They love.
no,
Oh,
no,
wait.
no, no.
Tokyo
These two
Drift
guys
was
love
also-
Watch
Yeah,
it again.
that was a good
Casey, watch it
movie.
again.
I
It
tried.
is not that bad.
Wells, I did watch it because it's on Netflix. I tried. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
Lucas
But it's
Black, Lil Bow Wow. Come on, man.
They were superstars at the time.
Yo, Lucas Black was hot that time. He did Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. Celebrity
And
appearances.
he came back for 7.
Oh, remember what's his name was in that too from Home Improvement.
Oh,
The
blonde
oldest
dude.
kid. Yeah, the oldest kid. He was the first guy who was driving the Viper, I believe, and that's how he got sent to Japan. But again, you haven't answered my question. Have you watched Godfather 3?
Yeah, it's not a good movie. I'm not saying it's not.
I still can't get through it.
It's how you lose. In
I'm
this
just
tournament.
saying there's a
That's what happened.
lot of bad Fast and Furious. But you know what? Smitey brought up a good point. They're still making Fast and Furious movies, and they've somehow gotten better.
It's
They're-
it's
they're-
the only
thank God.
it's the only
They're awesome.
the only reason why I would even believe for a second that these guys voted for Mission Impossible is because those movies are actually getting really good.
Yeah.
Like
Mission Impossible was really good.
4 and 5. No, the first one's not that great. The second one's terrible. The third one's okay.
Yeah.
4 and 5
Okay, I agree.
are great.
But that's what I mean.
movies.
They're in your mind. They're getting better, and they're still making
But
more.
This
that's
new one looks. Really, Henry Cavill looks
I
so
know,
intimidating.
you keep saying
Very-
it.
Yeah.
he looks
You
so,
keep saying
Have you
it.
seen the trailer?
Every time Mission Impossible's up, he's like that guy. Like he's so mean. Like
Have you seen the trailer?
Cavill. Oh
That's
my
no-
God.
No. Have you guys seen the trailer?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
He fights him in a bathroom. Settle down.
He looks amazing.
down.
I would prefer him in that movie than.
So anyway, I
Anyway,
think that
sorry.
plays a part into it, right?
Anyway.
Like I really do. But anyway,
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
But-
Indiana Jones, Fast and
Indiana
Furious.
Jones versus Fast and the Furious.
You can start
The
off
last
with
2
your pick.
movies of Indiana Jones were not very good.
Give us your pick. Start it up.
Shia LaBeouf
Oh, that was just horrible.
in Indiana Jones 4.
It's not his fault.
No, it's not. I'm not. I like
he's
Shia.
not.
I like Shia LaBeouf. I
Really? In what?
I like
Polls.
In what?
I like him as a person, not as an actor.
No, yeah, I'm not saying I think he's a Oscar-winning actor. I'm just saying I don't
Respect
hate
him as
the,
a person.
I don't hate the movies he's in. I don't hate them.
I didn't
right?
mind him in Transformers.
The
Yeah, I
first
didn't mind
one,
him in
and then
Transformers.
past that, what else did you like him in?
No, 1, 2, and 3 were all right. You know,
You don't like Shia LaBeouf. You just said you don't like him at all.
Remember that time he was in that music video?
wasn't he in that tank movie?
Oh, Fury.
Oh, Fury, yeah.
I heard he was good in that. I heard he was good in that gangster.
you heard,
It's funny I never
But
actually
you
watched
watch
his
it,
movies.
yeah.
I watched Fury. I like Fury.
Was he? Was
I like
it?
Fury.
Was
Yeah,
it
I like
Sia?
Fury.
He was in the music video with
Yeah,
Sia.
yeah.
no, with the yeah.
Naked.
But we're not.
He wasn't
That-
naked. He was
Look,
wearing
that
a
was his
body.
best role. That was the
Let's
best he's
let's
done.
get
That was
down.
his best role.
Let's
Let's
get back
get
up.
down
Let's
to
get,
this.
you were
Look,
going on Indiana Jones. Yeah.
So Indiana Jones versus Fast and the Furious, I'll have to give it, unfortunately, to Fast and the Furious.
Why?
Even though Indiana Jones probably, to me, made more of an impact, but I was also younger when I watched it. The Fast and Furious movies have, like you said, gotten better, right? And I remember the first time I saw the commercial with The Rock versus Vin Diesel. I was like,
King
this
Kong
is the,
versus Goliath.
this was the greatest I've ever seen in my life, right?
And then
Like,
they throw Jason Statham into the
yeah,
mix.
like I mean,
I'm just saying, it's a great movie franchise.
yeah, they
It is
know
very hard.
how to make it entertaining,
Yeah.
and it's just a fun ride. You turn off your brain, you watch the movie, you enjoy it. Even the Fast and the Furious, where they bid farewell to Paul Walker, I think 6,
Seven.
7,
Seven.
that was well done,
Yeah.
It was.
right? Like I mean,
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa came up with a song for it.
yeah. Let's try to be all like.
I know you tried to fight tears during that scene. I know you fought tears. I know you thought someone was cutting onions during that scene.
Yeah, but yeah, the Indiana Jones, the third one, I mean, wasn't horrible.
No.
It wasn't good though. But the fourth one definitely was.
What do you remember from the third one, other than Sean Connery?
Honestly, nothing.
Exactly.
Well, I can't speak. Well, I can speak to that more because I would just.
But I
watched
do
it,
remember
anyway.
1 and 2, no problem.
yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I can remember many scenes.
Yeah.
3 and 4, 4 for the bad
Well,
reasons.
three is all that stuff with the Nazis and stuff like that, and
That's every movie.
All of them had Nazis.
That's every movie.
it
That's the
was
whole
more
man
prevalent. Yeah,
antagonist.
it was more prevalent in the third one.
Temple
Anyway,
of Doom, no, but
Yeah,
that was a
it more
prequel.
yeah, it's more prevalent in the third one.
I'm with Casey, man. I gotta go Fast and the Furious franchise. Clearly, I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I love Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom, I might actually like more than Raiders of the Lost Ark because I think I grew up on it more and I enjoyed it more.
Interesting.
The scene where the dude gets his heart ripped out
And face melting.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was like not only,
it's in
not
your
only
brain.
did it scar me, but it was like
Oh, so
you know,
scared of that. I
yeah.
was scared of that.
Yeah,
and
that was
then what's his name? The little Chinese kid.
I can't remember his name. Yeah.
He was
that last
awesome, but like
Hey, Indy.
yeah, Dr. Jones.
That's Dr. Jones.
Fast and Furious, like, again, and I am voting for this on just more based on the entire franchise, not just the quality of the movies. I'm talking about phenomenon, how much money this franchise now makes worldwide, how much we look forward to it when it comes out, and how much of an impact it has when it comes out.
You're not looking forward to Indiana Jones Part 5? Which they are making.
No,
They're making
I'm
a fight for
not-
Indiana
I'm
Jones.
not- like, you know what?
I'm joking. I'm
You know
completely
what?
joking.
I will see it, but like
Not in the theater.
maybe.
Netflix.
I don't know. I'll be in that
Netflix.
time space when it happens out, but like.
Yeah, maybe.
But like Fast and Furious, I make
Depends
sure
on
I
that
see
trailer.
them. I make sure I see them in the theaters because I think that's what they're meant to be seen in. It's just like they keep adding more people. Like Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren were just added to the cast of the last one. Like you're talking about like Oscar-winning women being added to a franchise that they actually needed something like that. You had Wonder Woman in the friggin' franchise. You had Vin Diesel, The Rock, who's basically franchise Viagra.
Well,
Look what he did
Wonder Woman before Wonder Woman.
but still, where did she start? Why? How did she become Wonder Woman? Because she was
Fast
in
and
this,
Furious,
right?
And Charlize Theron's part wasn't that great, I don't think.
She
Yeah,
was the
she's
main
there.
antagonist,
It
of,
wasn't-
of-
it wasn't.
but she's a former Academy Award winner.
I know, yeah, true,
She
very
drew
true.
more people to it. There was a woman. That was the first time they had a woman villain, right? Like, and not only that, but they had like a couple guys from like Game of Thrones thrown into the mix. They had like Jason Statham came in the mix.
throwing everybody
One of the
in.
best scenes ever in the whole franchise is that airplane scene.
Oh,
in
that was so
season
good.
8. Like,
Yep.
it's just they continue to like evolve. Ronda Rousey was in the franchise. They threw her into it. That scene in 7 where they go from Dubai, they go from building to building to
Yep.
building in a car. Like
Stupidest
like,
stuff you could
it's
think
so
of, but-
dumb.
What was the other UFC female one?
Gina Carano was in 6.
that
Yeah,
was so bad.
And
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember
She
her?
was,
In,
she was supposed to have that, like, she was a double agent, so she was,
Yeah.
so she's supposed to be the better actor acting, but she flipped it like, oh my goodness, this is so bad.
do you remember her?
But anyway, I had
do you
fun
remember
with
her
it.
scene in Deadpool where she's fighting Colossus and
Yeah.
her titty comes out?
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't fight. Anyways, so like they bring in all these people and they have these huge set pieces which you have to see to believe. As preposterous as they are, it's so entertaining. That's why we
I
go to
know.
movies. That's why we go to movies. And that for the reason is like this is like sure the movies will never win any awards, anything like that. But for sheer entertainment value, for my money that I spend when I go see these movies, I feel like it's well earned. And this is of what's left. This is my favorite movie
That's
franchise.
fair.
Anything you want to add to what they basically said?
I'm totally torn because I feel like there would be no,
No, 'cause
Fast
you
and
were all
Furious
about
without
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
He's completely
Now
about Indiana Jones.
I've ridden both these franchises all the way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Because Fast and Furious, like I said, 8 movies deep, still getting better. I love that
You know what's
concept of
fascinating?
it.
You love Indiana Jones so much, but when's the last time you actually watched them?
It's
You're
been
not a
while.
rewatcher. You're not a rewatcher.
No.
Though. Are you?
Now-
Are you a rewatcher, Casey?
But it's
I
it's a good.
watched Spider-Man 2 actually.
Okay,
The best one.
came
The
out.
best one.
Yeah, it is.
That, well, I
agree.
had an argument with someone. Where someone was saying Homecoming was
It
the
might be
best
Homecoming.
one.
It's between those two.
I rewatched Spider-Man 2 and I was like, oh, this was a really good movie. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, 'cause this-
Spider-Man 2 and X-Men 2 might be the best 2 comic book
I'm
movies.
gonna
I don't
I'm
know.
They're
gonna
up there,
take
they're
it
up
to
there.
my conflict. The best movie in this series of every movie that we're talking about.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, 1. Number 2, Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Now,
Single movies, yes.
okay, we're putting 2 Indiana Jones movies for any of Fast and the Furious.
But after that-
Potentially, all the Fast and the Furious movies come after this,
Potentially.
which I totally understand. Okay, but I do believe that the action movie hero is based on Indiana Jones. The crazy, danger, awesome scenes is based on Indiana Jones. Before that, we never saw it before. When we saw it, it opened our eyes to
I
it.
get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. But it has been done before.
Has it?
Yeah, it was.
Not as
Not as well. Yeah,
not as well, and not as creative or as like preposterous.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're now rating newer movies against older ones, which isn't Indiana Jones's fault that they came before Fast and the Furious.
No.
Okay.
Trendsetters.
I don't think the age has anything to do with it because Indiana Jones is still good now.
I know it's still good now, but the quality of scenes we're seeing in Fast and Furious are 100 times better because they're 20 years in the future.
I can argue that, but
Right,
whatever.
right, which is an argument, obviously, 100%. So I personally am going with Indiana Jones.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Right.
I did not
And
expect
the
that.
reason why I go with Indiana Jones is because it created a genre, and we are picking. If we had to pick the best movie and now the second best movie, we are sitting on Indiana Jones before we even go into the Fast and Furious. And it wasn't a debate with anybody here. No one said, "Oh, maybe Fast and Furious 7 or 8." We're not saying that Fast and Furious 5, 6, 7, or 8 were great movies on the level of Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom. What we are saying is that the quality of all those together in terms of the quality produced is better than Indiana Jones, but we're saying that based on Fast and Furious is 20 years newer than Indiana Jones. So I'm going to go with Indiana Jones based on those.
I see exactly where you're coming from. I think the last 2 Indiana, especially the last Indiana Jones
Especially the
movies,
last one.
Yeah, you never mentioned that.
right? I noticed you purposely avoided it.
Well, I said
actually.
the next 8 would be Fast and Furious, then the last Indiana Jones, and I'm totally okay with that.
You know, it's funny because you're seeing your bias here, Smythe, because you didn't make this argument for Godfather. Because you did vote for Fast and the Furious, but you didn't make the same
So
argument for
here's the
Godfather.
thing.
So this is you can kind of see his bias. And it's fine. It's fine.
Are the 2 Godfather movies better than the 2 Indiana Jones movies?
Yes.
No.
I would agree.
Godfather 1 and 2. Godfather 2 is one of the greatest movies ever made.
It's better than 1.
See, I like Godfather 1 better.
No, I like 2 better than 1.
That first opening scene.
I love Godfather 1. I'm not
yeah.
taking it, but I'm just
But Godfather
saying,
2 is that
those
much better.
2 stories.
Oh yeah. But
I honestly cannot remember a movie that has done that
the
so
thing
well.
Francis Ford Coppola did, like when he went back to Italy, that opening scene was one of the greatest. They'll never do that again. They actually introduced you to every character without saying a word.
Yep.
You knew it exactly what they're doing and what they're about, without having a scroll across or have someone voice over, like the thing that they would do today. They can never do that now, which was amazing to me. But yeah, I can see why you could say Godfather 2. The 2 stories.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
them both, but
Yeah.
I love watching 2. Just the old story, the story in the past.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just-
that was-
And then you're watching
Present.
the present story, and it's just like,
The parallels and everything.
yeah, it was just so well done.
Yeah.
Right. So, like I said, I don't know how that somehow lost.
Three is why I lost. Part 3
3
is why I
is
lost.
so bad.
But again, I was saying you can see Smythe's bias because obviously you didn't make that argument for Godfather.
Which is, yeah.
But obviously,
It
you
is not the same argument.
yeah, it is because
Yeah,
you're
it is.
biased.
Godfather
It's your
did
bias.
not
It's fine.
birth a genre of movies. No one took
Actually,
the
it kinda
concept of
did.
the Godfather and
Yeah,
made
actually did monster movies.
Casino.
Well,
Monster
if it
movies.
wasn't for Godfather, it probably wouldn't be Martin Scorsese
Yeah,
or any of his movies.
all monster movies came after that.
Are we saying there be no Scarface like Godfather?
Yes, Scarface isn't a good movie, and that's
That
nothing
doesn't
to-
push the needle as much as Goodfellas did.
Oh yeah, and Casino.
Yes,
Donnie Brasco.
that's not.
No, the Godfather considered.
It's up there, but
I'm
it's
not
not
putting it in
Scorsese.
I'm not
No.
playing that same.
But what about Heat?
That's Michael Mann.
Michael
I
Mann.
think
He was
Indiana
bloody
Jones
awesome.
birthed way
It was a
more.
good movie.
He was bloody
It
awesome.
was a good movie.
He was more than a gangster movie.
I understand what you're saying. It didn't really birth the action hero. I do get what you're saying, though.
Well,
It's
it
fine.
birthed the monster movie, I guess.
No. I'm talking about Indiana Jones. I'm talking about Indiana Jones.
No, that birthed.
It
No,
made
it didn't.
it made action heroes. Name me an action hero before that.
There was tons of
There was,
action heroes before that.
there was none.
No, there was.
No, name me an action hero.
Bond.
You could who?
Rambo?
No, Rambo was after. Bond was on
Bond.
action movie. He was a espionage spy.
Thriller movie.
I'm talking about like swashbuckling, like
Westerns.
not West. No, those aren't
Yeah, they-
heroes. I'm talking about Like,
A
Mask of
dude
Zorro.
that does everything
The Mask
himself.
of Zorro. But I'm just saying there were movies. I understand what you're saying.
talking
There are-
about
we need to understand
the adventure.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
they
actual
were.
adventure
We
movies.
we need to understand that movies have been being made since the 20s.
I know.
Well,
No.
we really need to know our movies.
I understand
since
that.
we
No,
never know
But
action
what we're
movies
saying is
before that.
Indiana Jones was the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones came out in what?
80,
70s,
80
70s.
I thought it was 81.
No, 70, 79.
Movies have been
I
around
think.
since the
No,
20s.
I'm sure there was a guy that did it, but it didn't have the effect.
Yes.
When Jones came out,
Yeah, that's
everyone came out. The rolling, all the it was.
No, I
it was
understand. I
just-
understand. That's why I say I understand what you're saying, but it didn't birth the
Yeah.
action hero. It didn't birth the action hero.
It was.
It made. And you keep saying it.
No, they just perfected it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say.
Yes, I will agree. I will agree with that.
I'll agree with that.
They brought it to the mainstream. They made it popular. They did it the best.
No, again, no, stop.
They did the
stop.
best. Yeah, I can agree with that.
It was emulated hundreds of times in other movies.
Well, you can say that about any movie.
No.
You think
All right, let's get going. What do you?
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
is
Nash,
Nash
what do you got?
say?
What do
We
you
know he's gonna go for Indiana Jones
Why would I go for Indiana Jones?
because you loved it every other time,
You forget how
and
much
you didn't like Fast and the Furious before.
You much-
You voted
No,
Godfather.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Then maybe
I
you're taking
did
Fast
not.
and the Furious.
I did not. Well, thinks he knows me so well. Wells thinks he knows me so well. No, I'm going Fast and Furious.
Okay.
No, I knew that. Yeah.
Just the amount of there are way more movies that are better. Way more movies that are better than Indiana Jones had the 2. I personally like 3, but I'm gonna take the temperature of the room. Did not like 3.
Don't have to. It's your pick.
You know, I don't have to, but I'm taking the temperature of the room and didn't like 3. I liked again the only 2 Fast and the Furious movies I did not like is 2 and 3 was Tokyo Drift. And Tokyo Drift was the worst.
Watch it again, man.
I did. I watched it 2 weeks ago. I watched it 2 weeks ago.
I enjoyed Tokyo Drift.
Dominic
personally,
Crowell shows up at the end. Come on,
Jesus.
man. The
That
intro-
was all right.
it was better than what you say.
See, there's not too many people. When there's only a small group of people that say, "Hey, if this movie's good, I will watch it." One is Casey. If he tells me something's good, I'm watching it. One is you, Wells. If you tell me something's good, I'm watching it.
But that's being threatened today, isn't it?
And when you said watch it, I watched it. I still like it, but that's fine. But, but anyway, I'm going for also going for Fast and the Furious. Just you guys said it all. I don't have to say anything else. Are you upset? What, Smite?
No, we have a champion. That's fine.
We have a champion.
I wrote Indiana Jones all the way, and
What do you think the people voted?
Indiana Jones.
Fast and the Furious.
Indiana Jones.
Really?
79% of the people.
Me and the
voted for
people. Me and the people.
79% of the people.
You say smart people?
I enjoyed it.
I just don't think they broke it
Well, you
down.
could have changed this by
I
changing your
I
vote.
just think that Fast and the Furious, those last 2 Indiana Jones movies were horrible.
Indiana
I
Jones
think
could have
people
won.
purposely forget those last 2 movies.
I want you to go on Netflix because they're all there.
I'm
I
gonna watch
want
the
you to go on
last
Netflix and watch all the Indiana Jones movies. I think you will change your mind on part 3.
Your homework for this evening.
On part 3?
Yeah, I think it will change your mind.
Which
on part
means
3.
you change your mind in the
Part
competition.
3, okay, I shouldn't say part 3 was horrible. Part 4 was horrible.
Yes, I'm
Right?
not, don't even try and watch that.
But part 3 was not a good movie.
I agree with you on that.
They're on Netflix,
But I should watch it
like
again.
I like you to watch.
I might
them.
watch it again.
Yeah.
But like I said with my original argument, you look at Fast and the Furious, and
It gets
how
better.
it just keeps on. Yeah, it keeps on getting.
Not
think they-
better, but it gets entertaining.
They might have reached their peak though.
I do think
they
that
might have reached their peak.
when we talk about movie franchise, because Fast Furious is still going and it's elevating, it's easy to give them the win.
But that's
So I will
But
say
that's part of what a franchise is, right?
Yeah, I know,
is
but-
successful
But
and getting
but
better.
We
Indiana
should
Jones,
talk
Indiana
about
Jones.
one day about the best trailers. Because I still think
I know what you want to vote. I know what you want to put it there.
Mission to Mars.
no
nope.
Pearl Harbor
oh
Oh
god,
yeah.
is the best movie
With
trailer.
like the guy in the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best movie trailer ever made. I remember
How
going
hyped were you to go see that?
opening
Oh
day
my-
to
we
go
all saw
watch
it.
that
We saw it,
trash. But that trailer,
They
I
just-
know how bad that movie is,
They
and
just
that
tried
trailer still makes me want to watch
they
it.
just try to copy Titanic. That's all they went.
Watch
That's
the trailer.
exactly what they did,
They-
Smythe.
they went
That's
for it.
exactly what they did.
Yeah.
They tried to copy Titanic.
Yeah.
There was a good movie there.
And they went with a love story.
Yeah, they really went for.
There was a
Titanic.
good movie there.
But that trailer, watch it now.
No, I agree with
Still
you.
the
I
best
remember
trailer.
it.
And Spider-Man
With the
2
music.
trailer is really good too.
Oh, that was a good trailer.
Man, you are all just pushing Spider-Man 2 here.
Spider-Man 2 all day.
No, but I'm serious. Watch that trailer, man.
Homecoming might be
No.
better.
Homecoming may be better. I'm not saying it. Homecoming's really good, but Spider-Man 2, I watched it again. It's like,
You know what's
yo,
good about-
there's some emotional tugs here.
Yeah, yeah.
man.
You know what's good,
Homecoming
you know
just
what's good
has-
about Homecoming?
The turn.
It's not. It's a high school movie with a superhero in it.
Yeah. Now, hold on.
Twist is the best
With
part.
Spider-
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
see that
yeah.
coming.
Twist is better. Yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
two with
when he
Jamie
opens
Foxx.
the door. No. Spider-Man 2.
No, you're talking about the Amazing
Homecoming.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
No, but it's a legit question.
You're right.
You're talking
What's
about.
Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus.
Oh, those were so bad.
shot.
No, you're talking about
the
Amazing
Andrew
Spider-Man.
Garfield
Yeah,
ones.
That's the Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Oh
But
man,
the Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus
Yeah,
when
okay.
He wasn't a bad Spider-Man though.
Andrew Garfield wasn't about
He was
Spider-Man.
not a
he
bad
was
Spider-Man.
30. I guess
Tobey
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire was 40.
You're right. You're right. You're
Are we
right.
on the third reboot of Spider-Man? right
Yes.
Yeah,
They're gonna reboot it.
since 2000.
now? My lord.
Spider-Man is a moneymaker for Marvel. Do you know how many times they've rebooted the TV show within the last 20 years?
My lord. They're just.
They're
like,
on another reboot of the
But
TV show.
they did a good job with the
They're
last
onto
one.
something now.
Isn't Black Spider-Man coming?
That's a cartoon.
This cartoon.
Either which way, I'm just saying, best trailer ever for the audience out there. Watch Pearl Harbor. You're gonna want to watch the movie. Then you're gonna watch the movie, and then you're gonna be cursing me.
Do not watch the movie. That's Casey's warning of this part of this episode.
So this is a tournament. I think this tournament, not necessarily the same tournament, but we're gonna do some kind of tournament every season.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and convince Wells or Smythe to do one next year, and we'll probably stretch it out just as far as this one.
franchise because we've already mastered.
No, yeah.
No, it's gonna be the best
You can do
baseball
rock
caps
band,
of, like,
best rap group,
that
whatever.
is the next
Rap
one.
group.
Yeah, rap group.
Wells
You can do
Wells doesn't know any rap.
How many rap
That's
groups
just
are there?
ridiculous.
Lots. We can do a lot. I can do a lot.
I think our next one should be rock bands.
whatever you want. I'm gonna try and get one of these guys to do one, and then
Sure. Smythe, you can do rock bands.
I'm gonna do
I'll be
rock
part of it next year.
well, you're part of the show, so you gotta do it.
Next season.
You're part of the show, so you gotta do it.
You don't have a choice.
Oh, you don't like rock bands, Wells?
Until we pick something he doesn't like, he just checks out.
At least I had informed.
You did. That's fine. You did.
You can listen to albums on Spotify, bro.
What? No, but you know what? That's music is like subjective, right?
So
Like
is movie.
I don't
So
like
is
the
movie.
Beatles, so Beatles will probably be number one seed, and I will vote against them. I'll tell you right now.
Like the Beatles?
The Beatles are so overrated.
Wow. Are you serious?
The Beatles didn't get good until they did drugs.
So?
I clutched my
No, I'm
pearls
just saying.
again, Casey.
I'm just saying. I
least
didn't
they-
start liking their stuff until they started taking drugs.
But you didn't like Let It Be? That wasn't you?
No, get out of here with that boring crying crap.
Wow.
I clutched my pearls, my friend. I clutched my pearls.
Hey man, that's me. Rolling Stones,
Yeah,
they're my
well-
number one seed.
You see, this is the thing though. In that era, you either had to be Rolling Stones or Beatles. That was the
get
whole thing. There was
get
about.
it.
It's like kind of like Biggie and Tupac type thing.
I know.
You either had like Biggie or Tupac. So, same thing.
Yellow Submarine?
You heard his heart.
I'll take the Who over the Beatles.
The Who.
Yeah,
I
Queen,
love it.
Queen,
All right.
Queen's the
I
number
love
one
the-
seed.
All right, we're moving
Queen's
on.
the number
We're
one
moving on.
seed.
Yeah, we're
Queen
moving
is
on.
probably number seed.
We're moving on. We're moving
You know
on.
what? We can't get into this right now.
We're moving on.
That was a
hurting
nice
my-
teaser.
Wells is hurting my
That was a
heart.
Pearl Harbor teaser for next year.
I wish everyone saw Smythe's face when he said Yellow Submarine. He looked like a child who just got his dog
Just like,
taken away from him or something.
it's great.
Let's move on to
Anyway,
the,
let's
let's move on to the World Cup.
Oh, sports?
Yeah, let's move on to the World Cup. Let's move on to the World Cup. Unfortunately, when all these games are going on,
You're aware?
I'm working.
What?
I'm missing out.
yes.
I'm missing out on everything. We have a group chat that goes on. I don't know how much you're watching. We have a group chat that goes on, and between like there's maybe 3 or 4 guys in there. It's like just going back and forth at the World Cup, and here I am, just working away with a single tear rolling down my eye. This is the first World Cup I've completely missed this much of the World Cup. So unfortunately, I don't have that much to offer. But what is standing out to you in this World Cup? Wells, because I know you're probably the one that's watching it the most here.
I'm lucky enough to work in a bar where I can
Watch every single
not
game.
watch, but I'm aware of what's happening, right? Like obviously I'm working, but you know when people make noise and there's like a whole,
Then you get to like
I
run
get
there.
to watch out and see what's happening, right? So, but I am aware of what's happening. I'm on top of everything. It's entertaining, man. Like there's something to say when you have every game means something, right? Like every game means something. Not only
You're talking about a knockout stage, though. Right?
no, I'm talking about in
The
general.
Group stage.
Yeah. Like,
It's a good draw this year.
like look how Japan made it through. When I say everything matters, them getting less yellow cards than Senegal mattered. Like,
Do you what's that? Sorry, what's that
Fair
rule?
play rule.
Do you like the fair play rule?
no, I don't.
It's a tiebreaker. What else are you gonna go by?
They had tiebreaker. They had 3
that
tiebreakers. So
matter?
they had points, matchup, which they tied, and goal differential, which they tied. So then they go to the next one, which is what else can you do after that?
Yeah, they went
Most
by-
blonde-haired people on the team,
Yeah,
like
they went by fair
tallest team.
I mean, it's a horrible way to decide who gets
But
and who doesn't. but
everyone's
you gotta
aware.
That is
Everyone is
really bad.
aware.
I know, but it's really
everyone
bad.
is aware of the
what that rule
tiebreaker.
is.
It is really bad.
So you shouldn't put yourself in that position in the first place.
And that's rarely going to happen. The fact that this is the first year it happened and the first year it got used is kind of unfortunate because they won't go to this. I don't think ever again. Like, there's no
of
way
them don't like it.
that this many things.
They don't like it, but they are aware of it.
I know.
That's
A lot
all
of
I'm
people
saying.
Like it. I'm just saying a lot of people don't like it. Anything that stood out to you? Any good games? I know the Spain Portugal game that was in the group stages.
That was
really
the
good.
second game of the whole tournament.
Yeah, that
and
was a
it
really
may
good
have been the trendsetter. The France versus Argentina elimination game on Saturday morning was very good, where France ended up winning 4-3. They were down 2-1 in the second half. The Belgium Japan game was very entertaining. It's very unfortunate for
That was a
Japan
sad
how they blew it. Smythe said the game was over in the 54th minute when Japan was up by 2.
Smythe does it a lot.
That second goal, I was like,
And then-
Belgium can't come back from this. And
The
Belgium
first thing I said
pick
right
for the whole thing.
the first thing I said, I was like, "It's not over yet, bud."
They were my pick to win the whole thing, and I was like, well, they're done.
France Argentina, a lot of goals in that one.
Yeah, that was a
said
fun game.
I know. I'm just rereading.
England Colombia was kind of disgusting. Like, the Colombians are dirty, man. Like, those are dirty
now,
dudes.
when
led,
you say dirty, please clarify what you mean by
well,
dirty.
they led the so far they lead the tournament in most what do you call it? Like you have the most bookings.
Yeah.
So cards, right? Well, look how they lost their first game to Japan. They got a red card in the 3rd minute. And that's the only reason why Japan was even in the conversation of going forward, because they scored a goal while they were up a man. It's very entertaining though, man. Like, Russia beating Spain, they had a game plan. Russia, their game plan was to take it to penalties, and they were down a goal. They scored a goal on a penalty kick, and they won in penalty kicks. And like, they're like the 33rd ranked team in the world, and
Yep.
they're now in the top 8
Yep.
in their hometown.
Yep.
How much are you watching, Casey? Are you watching it all?
I'm like you. I'm at work.
Yeah.
So I missed a lot of the games. So
Boomerangs. Now, is it good or bad that like a lot of the biggest teams, quote unquote, left is France, Brazil?
When you say good,
And
what do you mean?
Biggest, I mean like probably more traditional.
No, but you say, is it good? What do you mean by good?
Oh,
What's your
sorry.
value?
As far as the tournament is concerned, like, do you want to see more bigger names? Like, Germany's out for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time in the group stage.
Mexico, which a lot of the United States jump behind, they're now
Mexico,
out.
this is the 7th straight World Cup tournament that they have not,
Yeah.
that they have lost in the round of 16.
Yeah, but they're not.
So the quote unquote bigger teams left is now France, Brazil, and England.
Uruguay's still in. England's still in.
Uruguay's not really a.
Uruguay's one of the best teams in this tournament.
They just
No, I know they're one of the best teams in this tournament, but they're not like
They haven't lost a game.
Yeah, they're not traditionally like a big like.
Well,
we
they
would
are.
say
They won the first
they're,
ever World
they're
Cup.
always there. They're always there. We
Did
can't.
you just say that?
They did. It's not a lie.
Yeah, when England wasn't playing in the World Cup, all the big countries weren't.
When's the
playing
last
in
time England won the World Cup?
50s, I think.
60s.
It was 60s.
68. But
Well, this is England being this far is huge for them.
But,
huge.
like-
and
like-
the fact that this is the first time they ever won on penalty kicks.
Yeah, to bring it to a North American type of thing. This is like if like New York and LA and Chicago were out of the tournament type thing.
Yeah.
And there's only like Houston left. That's the parallel I'm asking. I'm just saying, is it good or bad? What do you think, Smythe?
remember we
Yeah.
talked about we were in the group chat and we were saying if Spain and Portugal win, they'll play each other in the next round. And the first thing I said was none of those teams are advancing. And sure enough, none of them advanced. It's just we're looking at soccer's evolving and other teams are getting good.
Yep.
We're not seeing the same teams at the top anymore. And having one star is not enough. So you having one guy that can score goals doesn't get you through anymore. And we're watching it right now. We're watching solid, complete teams go through. Belgium fluked off. I couldn't believe they came back and they won. But they're a solid team front to back. So is France. So is Uruguay. Brazil's a one-man team, I think. I think Neymar is the star of this team.
No, he's a star. I don't think they're a one-man team.
I think outside of Neymar, they don't have much going on.
big names.
And he's flopping around.
But
Oh
they're
man,
here,
did you see him
right?
rolling
But they're
around?
here. But they're here.
Man, that guy got shot or something.
Yeah, but this may be the year where one big star doesn't get you to that final. You need a full team. France has got a good team. Uruguay's got a good team. Belgium's got a good team.
Good teams are left. No, I
Kind of like England.
Uruguay versus France, Belgium versus Brazil. That's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday's England versus Sweden, and Russia versus Croatia.
yeah, good teams are left. Now the next tournament might be you might see a little poor quality. There was kind of poor quality in knockout
They go to
stages.
45.
When now
No,
I thought it was
that's
32.
that's in 2026.
Oh, sorry, not the next one, but the
And then North
okay,
America one.
2026 when they go to 48.
yeah, when they go to 48. So
Everyone gets to be in.
we're going to see a lot of bad soccer. But it's it's fun because a lot more teams get in, and they're
Well, look, we didn't
It's
have
fascinating the game
we
is
didn't have
actually going.
Italy, we didn't have Netherlands. They weren't in it this year, so
true.
No America.
we didn't have USA,
No America.
and they just had bad qualifying. They didn't make it.
No one cares. I don't think it's that big a deal.
That
Look,
what?
man,
That
the
those teams
games
are
are
making?
the games
Yeah.
are entertaining. We're lucky to be in one of the cities that has so much representation. So, like, name me another city in the world that has as much.
New York.
Oh, there's a flag for
You
every
think so?
single team.
You think New York is more demographically
Yep.
owned? You
More
really
pop-
think
There's
so?
more population, so maybe. Yeah,
100%.
there's more people.
I don't know if they're like us because when you go to the United States, you have to become part of the culture.
Americans are American.
Yeah, Americans are American. Here, it's like you can
Here
bring
it's-
your culture.
You
and
can
it's like,
embrace whatever you
yeah.
want here.
Yeah.
And also, like, you can look at like a blog from like BlogTO, and they're like, "Here's the 32 teams in the tournament.
Here's
Here's where the Australia bar is. Here's where the
Yeah.
Iran bar is. Like, our city has all that. I don't know if any other city in the world does that.
and you can probably say no, they don't.
Maybe England.
Maybe,
No, I think maybe New York, but yeah, but
New York is like.
but New York
Yeah.
might not care enough to post where you go to watch games.
I don't
or
think
these
anyone in the
bars.
States cares about this as much.
they do. They do talk.
You think
about
so,
it.
eh?
Yeah, they do talk about it. At least the podcast I listen to, they do talk about the World Cup a lot.
Ooh, PTI.
No, PTI's talking about it. They don't talk about the NHL. They're talking about World Cup every episode.
They're still talking about NFL.
Do you guys have any major picks? I'm still riding Belgium to the end.
I picked Germany, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I didn't pick finalists. I just picked my
No.
divisions.
I
And
did
I
ask
was
you on
pretty
the podcast.
close, man.
I did ask you on the
You
podcast.
good?
I had Uruguay, Russia 1 and 2 in A.
Yeah,
I
that's
had that. I had Spain and Iran. I was off. France, Peru. I was off. Argentina, Croatia. I was off. Brazil, Serbia.
That was episode 34, right? So if you
Yeah.
go back to episode 34, I did ask.
I did have Belgium, England. I got that right. I had Japan making it. Everyone's laughing
Yeah, I
at
remember
me.
that. I remember that very well.
Anything else in this cup? Anything else in this World Cup that you're excited for?
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna go to the local for the England game on Saturday. So anybody wants to
I'll be at
join
work.
me?
I'll be at work.
Is that
I am hoping for Brazil to go further because, again, like I said, I like to see greatness. So again, Brazil winning another World Cup would be great.
I don't like them this year.
Okay, you like greatness, but don't you like when people beat greatness so
No.
they can become
No,
greatness?
no,
greatness?
I want to see greatness.
No, I just
Become
want to see
great.
the same thing every time.
Yep, I want to see.
How do
greatness
you not
become
like
game.
wrestling?
I'm sorry.
If it's the same
wait,
thing,
what?
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, why don't you want to see something new?
What's my man's name on Belgium? The striker.
So I want to see great. I want to be
But
able
why
to.
don't you want to see something new? How did the Warriors were for a long time? When
Wow.
did you be like, I want to see greatness?
Why
I've always wanted to see greatness.
But like the Warriors were crap for so long. At some point, you'd have been like, I'm now on board with the Warriors. When was that?
It's not necessarily. See, this is what
Don't you want to see the Kings go
He
down?
keeps cutting me down. He keeps cutting me
I
off.
feel like he's upset
He keeps
about
cutting
this
me
right
off.
But if you saw the same thing every time, don't you get bored?
No, because what's going to happen is
No.
what's going to happen
Never.
is when you put little Wellesley on your knee and you're shaking him and you're like telling him stories. It's like, I remember way back when I saw the great Chicago Bulls play.
No, I won't.
And they were great.
No, I won't.
I saw the great Golden State Warriors play. I saw, you can't really say that in hockey. Maybe Blackhawks, maybe. 100% you will.
No.
There's no way. You will regale them of stories of that one, hey,
I
what
will
was that
be-
Warriors team that beat Dallas? Hey, you'll sprinkle little stories about that.
I'll be. You know what I'll say? I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Nope.
hey, Wellesley Jr. Remember that time UMBC beat Virginia in one of the most unpredictable outcomes ever?
You're talking about the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
I'm talking about professional sports.
That is well.
This is
I'm talking about having great moments in sports.
No, there are great moments. I'm not saying that. You will sprinkle in those little
Why do you
stories
want
again.
to talk about Brazil again and again and again?
Because
It's like
I will say I saw the greatest country play in World Cup.
but if the greatest country gets beat, then they're not the greatest country anymore.
No, they're not.
When's the last time Brazil won?
94.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
Didn't they win in 2006?
Sorry.
No,
they-
that was Italy. 2010.
Yeah,
I
they
think
won in the 2000s. Yeah, they won in the 2000s.
I don't know, but why do you want to say the same thing every year? Like, that's just, and then what? He's gonna say the same thing when he's younger? Like, no, it's boring, man. Start something different.
Hey, okay. You want a different champion every year. I don't.
I want my Belgians to win this.
Yeah. Anyway, let's wake up Casey. Someone wake him up.
NBA.
Let's talk some NBA.
It's midnight, guys. I'm tired.
Let's talk some NBA.
I ain't young like I used to be, man.
So obviously,
Should we start at the beginning? Should we start at the beginning?
It is midnight. Wow.
Hey, potting for life.
we want to talk about what like the biggest free agent signing ever. JaVale McGee going to the Lakers.
Right?
What do you think that will do for the Lakers? Casey? No, LeBron went to the Lakers. LeBron went to the Lakers.
Dude, LeBron, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo,
Those I don't understand so much.
in less than a week, all signed on the Lakers.
This reeks of what.
Magic Johnson went from one of the greatest GMs ever.
He's not
GM.
GM.
He's president. Rob Blinka's
Yeah,
GM.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but,
anyway, you're rolling your eyes.
I'm excited
Yeah,
juries
yeah.
and making the decisions in Toronto. Anyway, one of the great presidents ever, and literally in 3 days, it's gone to what the hell is he doing? All right.
Well, they're saying he has LeBron James, so that makes everything fine.
Not a single person you name there could shoot the basketball.
Not a single person.
No. There's
They
no
actually
shot.
they actually have Rajon Rondo and LeVar
Who
Ball.
already said he's not coming off the bench?
Caldwell Pope signing the Lakers too. He can shoot the basketball.
Well, these are shorter deals. They are shorter deals.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not, but
All those guys you named, except for Contavious Caldwell Pope, are all 1-year deals.
Yeah.
Now,
Rondo makes sense to me. Rondo is the only one that makes sense to me. McGee's probably there to try and fill the roster.
Rondo doesn't make sense because Rondo is going to.
have the basketball.
Rondo does not want to come off the bench. He has no intention
No, Rondo's
of
starting.
mentoring.
No, Rondo's starting.
Over who?
Ball. You
Now,
think Ball's going to start over Rondo?
Exactly.
Lonzo Ball's the number 2 overall pick.
the Lakers aren't done.
He's probably going to trade
I think
away.
the Lakers might move some of the guys that they just picked up.
I think they want to trade him, but no one wants him.
The Lakers are
He's hurt.
looking
He's
at.
hurt now, though. That's what I'm saying.
That's not
That
the only
was
reason.
really, really greasy what his family did.
What you did? You want to explain?
So he won't get traded.
Yeah.
Is they
Oh,
released?
leaked the,
they
so
leaked his medicals to say that he has a knee issue, so he won't get traded. That is some greasy stuff. But that's just the NBA, man. It's just grease everywhere.
No, but you know what?
Grease everywhere.
No one will take that kid.
No, I wouldn't take him either.
Why?
Someone will.
No one will
A
take
healthy
that
LeVar Ball, you would not take him.
Lonzo
No,
Ball.
Lonzo Ball.
Why do I keep saying LeVar?
I don't know.
Because you like him more than Lonzo.
No, but you bring up a good point. You say LeVar because LeVar's more important.
It might be.
When's the last time you actually heard his voice?
LeVar
stopped
Ball
talking.
is always talking.
When's the last time you heard his voice? I'm
Stop.
asking you seriously.
He was in
stopped.
an interview literally like a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yes.
bet you right
He
now.
stopped talking. I think he's actually
No,
stopped talking.
he's still talking.
No,
He's still talking.
It's just the big outlets don't care about him.
LeVar Ball is eating crow right now because his kid cannot get an NBA deal. When he took his children out of
He's a-
UCLA
it's,
and he took
LaMelo.
his children to Lithuania,
Remember how much you were on top of that?
he shot their careers in the foot. It didn't work out. He's eating
No, it
crow
did
right
not
now.
work out.
I said it was. I didn't say it was a great idea. I said I like what he's doing.
Now, before LeBron James got there, I thought it would have been a good idea for the Lakers to actually take a shot at LaMelo, just see what he's like.
Right.
Why?
Just
Why
see.
deal-
No, to
So
see.
is he eligible to be signed by?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
now he is.
Really?
Yeah.
He played in Lithuania. Right?
So no,
Part
the
of
only
my
reason I was
theory.
saying that is if you think Lonzo is good, I think he's a good basketball player.
he is. But what
Maybe
team- What team wants to deal with a player who will purposely leak information,
That's players.
medical information?
Players
I've
do
never
that.
heard that happen.
Kawhi Leonard. But keep going.
No, Kawhi never leaks his information, but
Yeah,
he's
he's
but he's
demanded
actually
a
he's
trade.
talking. Yeah, he's talking to the
Different.
media.
Right?
Is it?
Maybe not that different. I don't know. But the biggest thing is have to deal with this LeVar Ball character. Right? I know you guys like him. I know
I
you
don't think
guys
it's that big of a deal, though.
I know you guys think he's a great person who has done so much for
basketball. in
basketball.
general.
I think he's a jackass. Right?
Two things could be right. Two things could be correct.
Yeah.
I think they're both correct.
I agree with both statements you just made.
I never once not said he was not a jackass.
I just like what he's doing.
And I think that hurts the kid's career. That's simple.
Nah.
I think that's why they want to trade him.
I think he's ducking head, eating.
I think they want to trade him because they don't need him anymore.
Yeah. I trade him too.
I trade him too
I see what I can get for him.
Why don't you need him?
because you have
Because you
Rondo.
have LeBron James.
And
You
LeBron
have
James.
Rondo for
For
1 year.
You have this
Yeah,
kid
but,
for 4.
but Rondo could stay A, and B. Lonzo Ball's not. If you have LeBron for 4 years, LeBron's gonna hold on to the ball. Why do you have another guy who wants the ball in his hand?
Maybe he can take him under his wing.
No.
Can
that's
Lonzo
not-
Ball shoot? He's the worst shooter I've ever
He
seen.
can only
in the
get
league.
better.
He can get better than 25%.
DeMar DeRozan used to be
No,
worse.
but DeMar DeRozan still shot a decent percentage. At 39%, he's shooting decent.
Look at the first year that DeRozan shot. Tell me what it is, and tell me what he is now. You can grow. You can get
No, you
better.
can grow. I'm not
can
denying
get
that.
better as a shooter.
But he went
Yeah.
from like 39 to 42. He's not. Lonzo Ball's at 20 something.
Is it that bad?
It's really bad. It's the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he can still be better. It's his first year. He can get better.
But
'Cause
it's
it-
all the baggage.
He can
that
get all the way to
comes with them,
35.
too.
okay, so you're off on the
baggage-
ball. Yeah.
Plays a role. Remember, LeVar Ball is the same person who ripped the coach during the middle of the
Yeah,
season.
you did.
Right?
He said they don't want to play for him.
He will say anything.
Hmm.
Right? Why do you want that?
So you just get rid of him because of his father, though, Casey.
If I was a GM in an NBA, I would never go. I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him near my team. 12 o'clock. I honestly wouldn't want him near my team. Not because of Lonzo Ball, because of his father.
Interesting.
That simple.
I don't think I don't think it's that big.
But
of a
if
deal.
you
You
listen
don't
to
think it's that big of a deal? The man publicly went on TV and said the players don't listen to the coach.
Did the coach get fired?
That's not
No.
the point.
Did,
Genie
anyone,
Bus, Genie
did
Bus.
anybody care?
well, he might
Yes.
get fired
What
now.
was the
It was
impact?
covered.
What was the impact on the team, on the
first
league,
take.
or anything?
Well, how do you know what happened in the How do you know what happened in the locker room?
The impact was zero. The impact was zero.
You don't know that, Wells. I mean, it's fine.
I'm not saying.
I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is there was zero reaction to it. He said something, and everyone was like, "Meh, whatever."
No, that's not what happened. They were talking about it for weeks.
But I know
On
First
first
Take
take.
will take that and run with it. Don't get me wrong. But the NBA's actual reaction was nil. They're done. They're done.
The Lakers
Guys,
actually did say it.
Popovich said something about it. Steve Kerr said something
They
about
said
it.
you shouldn't be saying that. Who cares?
No. But you just said no one said anything about it. But
I'm
you
saying,
have two of the biggest coaches in the
Did they
NBA.
fire the coach?
That's not the point. The point is that you have this jackass running his mouth, keep on saying that his sons are the most important thing since
What
sliced
does
bread.
Stephen A. Smith do? What do all these analysts do?
No,
They
no,
run
but
their mouths
no.
on
But
trash.
Stephen A. Smith doesn't have a son on an NBA team.
Doesn't matter. LeVar Ball is a celebrity. Let's start.
No, he is not.
Okay, see, let's start at what it is. He's a celebrity.
Really?
He has a
Your
brand.
gauge of celebrity is really
he,
low.
he says things and people react to it. Okay, let's be honest. That's
So
what a
does
celebrity is.
the chick from Cash Me Outside.
Also a celebrity. All I'm saying is that they're a celebrity and not a professional. They can have opinions. Someone will comment on it, but it doesn't have an effect on how that team is run. He doesn't affect how the Lakers run their team.
I think
Yes,
he's right.
it does because the Lakers don't want him anymore.
Well, I don't.
But
don't
I
think
wouldn't
they
want him
to.
because he sucks. I wouldn't want him. It's not
I don't
about
think
his
he sucks.
I'll
No,
take him.
No,
I don't
the
think
point.
it
The
sucks.
point
taking
is
7,
is
8,
that
and 8 on 25%
you're not even
shooting.
you're not even willing to let the man grow
Yeah,
as a player.
That's the biggest.
Well, okay,
because
wait, hang on.
because you're saying okay, I could have this player possibly grow,
Hang on.
but at the same time I'm gonna have to deal
Hang
with
on.
this headache.
They're
the
in
entire
a, they're in a
time.
different
Is it
space
worth
now.
it?
I know, but they're in a different space now. They got LeBron James now. They're in a different space.
They're not competing this year. Don't get.
I
it
know.
twisted.
I understand that. But they're in a different space now.
are competing.
It's not
they're
about
not.
we need to let LeVar Ball grow. It's we need to build a winning team
Listen,
now.
let
the
LeVar
Los
Ball
Angeles
go.
Lakers are not in the Eastern
And it's still
Conference, guys.
Lonzo.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Right? The Eastern Conference.
Hang on, wait. I'm not saying they're competing this year, but they're going to be building a team now.
Are you guys doubting
around
what
LeBron
LeBron
James.
James is?
Yeah,
Listen,
but like, look at the team they're building. They're doing what
LeBron
the Cavs
James-
did last year.
Yeah, I
they're
don't
doing
know.
worse
one
than
year
what the Cavs
deals.
did last year.
Hey, listen. LeBron James could take this team to the conference finals.
They're in the Western Conference.
And the only team better than them is the Lakers. LeBron
What?
James is one of
They
the
are the
greatest-
Lakers.
They are Lakers, sir.
Or, sorry.
You meant the Golden State Warriors.
You
Golden
tell
State
me
Warriors.
Houston's
You're
not as
telling me
good.
they're worse than Houston? You're telling me that they're worse than
think they
Utah?
could
You're telling me
be-
they're worse than
Wait, hang on.
they're better than
Utah,
Oklahoma City?
OKC,
Hold on a
all
second.
those guys.
You're saying they're
Yeah.
better. The Lakers are better than those teams?
You're
Hang on,
doubting
wait,
LeBron
one second.
James.
One second. You know, Houston Rockets don't have Capella.
Not right now.
Not now. They don't have Capella.
And they can't afford him. They just gave Chris Paul $40 million. But
No, they can
that's-
afford him. No, they can afford
him.
him. They can afford him. They don't have Capella and they don't have Ariza. Now, if they don't get Capella,
That's an
They're
issue.
worse.
Yeah, that's an issue.
they're way worse.
All I'm saying is the only team that's legit better than the Lakers right now is Golden State.
Legit better.
Because
No,
of one player.
Yes. No, wait, hang on. Legit better is Golden State worse. When the
Well,
Rockets,
that's-
if the Rockets
they're-
get
they're on their
Capella,
own tier.
The rest of them is a series. We don't know what's gonna happen.
I would say Utah's better than them. I would say Utah's better than them.
That's it,
Utah will
OKC
get
is not
killed.
better than them. OKC is not better than them.
Guys, LeBron James.
Which OKC? The last year's OKC team that lost in the first round?
LeBron James is LeBron James. That's all I'm
OKC
saying.
will be better than. Dude, who is on the Los Angeles Lakers?
LeBron James,
Kuzma?
me,
Kuzma.
you, Nash, and Wells will go to the conference finals and lose the Golden State Warriors. LeBron James is that good. I'm not doubting LeBron James. You guys can.
Look, Cleveland had Kevin Love. Who does Lakers have?
They're working on it. They have a whole summer.
You didn't answer this question.
Look,
You didn't answer this
yeah.
question.
If they get another player,
You didn't answer
may
this
have an
question.
argument. But right now, that team is worse than that Cleveland.
They have
And
Lonzo
you need-
Ball, Kyle Kuzma.
You're missing Ingram, who's probably the best player other than LeBron James. on their
Ingram.
team.
Yeah.
Rondo, JaVale McGee, Caldwell Pope. I think
Did you just mention JaVale McGee,
I did.
who couldn't play 5 minutes on
I
Golden State
did.
Warriors?
That team could be the second best team in the Western Conference.
God.
Yeah, you're
LeBron James
sorry.
is that good.
Sorry, guys. Smite just convinced me. You're right.
Okay.
They're not that good.
Wait. I'm going to give you a number. You tell me over under 49.5 wins.
Oh,
49.
And a half.
They got 35 last year. So
Lakers?
yeah, they got 35 last year.
plus LeBron James. Do
You
need
think they're 50 team?
Do you need 50 to make the playoffs? That's the one thing I'm questioning.
No,
right
you
now.
don't need 50 to make playoffs.
In the East,
You
in
need
the West.
you need at least 40.
45 at least.
Yeah, 45.
45, 46.
Oh, that's tough, man.
You think they're
Under.
a 49 win team? A 50 win team, sorry.
Under.
No, they're not 50.
Yeah.
You're under. Casey.
That doesn't scream to me second best
I
team.
think they're
In
like
a
maybe
7-game
47.
series, LeBron James is hard to beat unless you're the Golden State Warriors.
It's
And
not the
we
East
watched
anymore,
it.
though.
We
This,
watched
their
it.
their point is valid. It's not the East.
I understand that.
No,
But
I
how
know.
good are those West teams?
Better than
Portland's
these
not good.
teams.
How good are those teams?
Better
Portland's
than
not
these
good. I've always said Portland's not good.
I like Utah.
Utah, I like. I like Utah a lot.
Is Utah better than Boston?
I
teams.
don't
No, I
know.
would say no.
I don't know.
And
I don't
these,
know.
These are the questions you got to
Boston's
ask.
probably the best team in the East now.
But hang on. LeBron beat Boston without 3 of their guys.
I get
Two
it.
of them.
2 of them. Sorry. 2 of their guys.
I get it. But is that Cleveland team better than this Lakers team?
Yes.
They had Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love.
Kevin Love's a good player.
It's better than anyone else you named off on that.
Sorry.
I'm
Whack-a-mole
all
set
about
of
I'm all
people.
about youth and defense, and I think this Lakers
Ingram's
team
nice,
has
but
it.
he's not Kevin Love.
No, he's not. But I think,
Then what are you talking about?
I think the Lakers will get someone else. Whether it's Kawhi
No,
Leonard.
see, what they're saying is
Talking about
this
this
team right now.
I know before the end of the
And
season.
you're assuming they're going to get somebody else.
Yes, I think they're working on getting.
But they
someone
haven't
else.
got anybody
But
else.
if they're going to get
We're
Kawhi
we're
Leonard...
in the start of July. The season starts when? Halloween.
October. Yeah.
They
No,
have a
before
lot of
that.
time to
It's
figure it out.
It's mid-October now.
All I'm saying is they're going to be figuring it out. They're looking at a lot of players right now.
But who's left other than Kawhi Leonard
There's a
to
lot
trade
of
for?
guys that can trade.
Maybe Jimmy Butler?
DeRozan's on the block.
I heard a rumor that someone's trying to get into the Lakers.
no, that wasn't.
Kevin Love is.
That
on
was
the
he was
block.
at an amusement park ride and someone yelled. someone
He was
yelled,
like, "Hell no."
"Come to the Lakers!" And he said, "Hell no." That's not.
But what if you trade him? It doesn't matter. There's a lot of guys on the block. Lillard's on the block. Like there's a
I'll
lot
take-
of guys
I'll take
that are
Ingram.
available.
I'll
that
take
they can
Ingram
get.
for DeRozan and something else.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything from.
All I'm saying is that they have a lot of moves to make, and they obviously understand they have 4 years with LeBron James to make something happen. They're not going to sit
I'm
back.
not talking
and run
about
with this
4
team.
years from now. I'm
I
not
know,
talking
anyway.
about 3 years from now. I'm talking about right now. So to end this conversation, yes, LeBron James is the greatest player in the world, but
He's in
it's
the
not
West.
gonna-
now.
it's
He's
not
in the
gonna-
West.
it's
now.
not
It's
gonna be
very
easy.
Did
premature
I?
to say this Lakers team's not getting anybody else.
Did I
Almost.
read something?
4 months before the
Did I read something that Chris Bosh might
Yeah,
come back
he was
and join the
trying to come back.
Lakers?
Yeah, he was trying to come back. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
No
I
one's
wouldn't
gonna
take
no
that
one's
risk
gonna
either.
insure
He's not
Chris Bosh.
insured.
Yeah,
No,
no.
he's just not insured. He can play.
That's what I mean. No one can insure him.
not
No one's
insured.
gonna insure him. That's why he's not in the NBA right now.
Yeah,
Right?
because he might die on the court. But anyways,
Exactly.
Well, the main guy you're probably talking about right now, and remember Isaiah Thomas is there too.
No, he's a free agent.
no free agent. Yeah, he's not there.
He just signed.
He's
Yeah.
free.
He's
He's
not
a free
there.
agent.
He's not there and unsigned.
Okay, let me look it up. Anyway, so the main guy you're probably talking about right now is Kawhi Leonard, and all the mess that he's going through, demanding a trade and everything like that. Does he move this year?
I hope he doesn't get traded.
Okay,
Really?
First question I have then.
Shoot.
Do you blame him?
Who?
Do you think this is the Spurs' fault, or do you think this is Leonard's fault for the
Leonard's
situation
fault.
No,
Leonard's a piece of
no.
shit.
become?
Well, I don't understand why you like giving yourself work.
What?
You're not even talking in the mic when you say it.
No, this is Leonard's fault
Why?
I'm
Why is it
there
Leonard's
actually differing opinion on this.
because he signed to a contract.
Well, his argument is that the Spurs threw him under the bus.
Who cares?
So I'm always in the boat of this. If you can't keep your own players, that is your fault. So what did you do to this guy that made him say, I don't want to be here anymore? Or what did you not do to this guy to make him say, I don't want to be here anymore? Where he's fighting this vehemently not to be there anymore.
He's allowed to ask for a trade. He's not allowed to not play the full season.
Well, technically,
He's under contract. So I think what they should have done is removed his salary because he's eligible to play. Once the team clears you, you should be on the court. And if you go on the court and say, hey, I can't do it on whatever, that's fine. But you can't just not show up, not come to practices, not come to the arena, not support your team in the playoffs. I think that is breach of contract. Now, obviously, in the NBA, it's not that because that's how they work. But I do think you have a responsibility. If you have a job, you should show up for your job. And
You're right.
The NBA is a job. The NBA is not a privilege. It's not a special thing. You're not a super. They give you a salary for you to show up to work. And if you don't go to work, they shouldn't pay.
Could you imagine if the owners stopped paying him?
That's what I would have done.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Could you imagine the outrage there?
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't you paying me? Why aren't you playing?
They misdiagnosed him.
Did
Yeah,
they?
apparently that's the whole thing. They missed
They
that.
called it a bruise, and it ended up being much worse than a bruise. That's how this started.
Mhm.
So that part is true. The Spurs don't even deny that part. Right? They misdiagnosed him.
So get over it.
Then in the media, they kept on saying, "Oh, why is he taking so long to come back?" When they knew they misdiagnosed him, and they knew the injury was a lot worse than what they originally said.
Well, I'll say that. I'll ask you this question, Wells. If you were in a job and there was asbestos there, they knew there was asbestos there.
Mm-hmm.
You continued working there. Then you found out there was asbestos there.
Yeah, but you still took the paycheck.
No, come on.
And do I, as an employer, do I have the right to say, get over it, Wells?
No, that's different.
No, it's not.
No, because that's playing at the detriment of your personal health.
No.
If they were saying...
Wait, hang on.
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
If
they messed up his health.
But they misdiagnosed him, and then he said, okay, I'm injured, I can't play. That's fine. But if he's cleared to play,
Yeah, which he was.
and
But they
and
cleared
he
him to play
refuses
because
to play.
they misdiagnosed him.
No. But after that fact, he took more time off. And
Yes,
he
because
was,
he had to go get a second opinion. They
and he
found
was-
out it was much worse than they actually said.
Which is actually funny. The guy who gave him the second opinion was a doctor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
So are you saying at that point then he wasn't clear for the rest of the season? Or are you saying he was healthy before the playoffs started
But he was
and
butthurt.
he refused to play?
Yeah.
Because that's what happened with Kawhi Leonard. And
I do think he refused to play. I think
He
was
refused to
healthy
play.
by then.
But it goes back to my asbestos thing. The work cleared the asbestos, and now they're saying get over it, go back, get to work. I'm like, wait, you endangered me. You already endangered me once. What's to say you're not going to do that again? That's basically what Kawhi is. I'm guessing that's what he's saying.
well, if it's been cleared,
I think once
But
you're
what's to say
cleared-
what's going to happen? It's not that's going to happen
well,
again.
then you can live your life like that everywhere you go.
Yeah, I might get injured again, so I'm not going to play.
Well, if you've already done this, like again, back to that work question, if that job already did that once, what's to say they're going to do it a second time? What's to say they're not going to do it again?
Exactly.
That's my whole thing.
Like, I mean, we really have to look at it from his point of view as well. I'm not saying he was right. I'm not saying he was wrong. I don't know enough, right?
Yeah,
but we do know there are certain facts that we do know. They misdiagnosed him. That is huge.
Yeah, especially in this day and age
Are
with
you saying
sports
that
science.
never happens in this league?
Isaiah Thomas. And look what happened to him. From a max contract to
This
nothing.
guy can't even get a contract now.
Back out the Brinks truck.
Yeah, but he's also 5'8". That's...
I know, but they
the point
misdiagnosed him.
is They misdiagnosed him. And you watch that, it's like, you could have derailed my entire career.
Yeah.
Because you know damn well, if I came back and I hurt myself even more, you weren't giving me that max money, Spurs.
Well, they would have. But
No, they would not have. Isaiah Thomas is the perfect example.
No.
They traded his ass.
Isaiah Thomas is not Kawhi
Grant
Leonard.
Hill.
They will offer Kawhi Leonard max right now.
No,
if he said he signed
apparently they won't. Apparently they
it.
won't.
Now they're going to move on from him after all.
No,
this
apparently
situation.
they were not going to offer him max money.
Of course they were.
Apparently.
My point is that you just got to take that kind of stuff into
I
consideration.
understand.
Grant Hill happened to Grant Hill in Orlando.
The Grant Hill was 5.
No, they misdiagnosed
And
him.
he went to Phoenix and then got. So it happens a lot, basically.
Yes.
And like Nash alluded to, like, do you trust that team again? Right? It doesn't mean you don't trust any team, but do you trust that team again?
Yes.
But my logic though is if you're healthy, you're paid to play. So if you're purposely sitting when you're healthy,
But if you're okay, but the argument is if you're injured, right? Your doctors say it's not that bad, and you go back out and play, which he did do, because he did come back in the regular season, played some games, and hurt himself even more. So what would you do then?
Are you saying you think he was not cleared to play before the end of the season?
You shouldn't have
But
played.
he did come back, Smythe.
You shouldn't have played.
Yes.
And then they realized,
What I'm saying
oh wait,
is
it's a
that-
lot worse.
By the end of the season, when he was cleared and refused to play, are you saying he was right in doing that?
Yes.
Okay,
Because who's to say what you told me again was right?
Good.
No, I'm going to go see another doctor.
that's your opinion. What's your opinion?
I'm kind of torn. I think you sign a contract, you honor that contract, but at the same time, a contract is a two-way street,
Yeah.
right? And the Spurs, for whatever reason, I don't know what the hell happened there, but
No, someone could have made a mistake.
They probably did. It probably
maybe,
was that.
right?
Someone made a mistake.
But they lost his trust, right? And at the end of the day, he said, "I'm done. I'm done
Now,
with you
is
guys."
he right to demand a trade to the Lakers?
No.
Okay.
Why not?
He can't refuse. He doesn't have no trade, right?
No.
No,
Why not?
I trade
So
him
he'll
to the
go-
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
But the
But
point
then
is,
no one's going to take him. No one's going to take him.
Just picks.
what he did was basically screw the Spurs over.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, so he
Just like
went,
Carmelo Anthony.
he went that extra mile to screw the Spurs over. Right, it's not Carmelo Anthony because the Knicks were so stupid that they gave up their entire team to
James
get Carmelo
Dolan
Anthony.
was so
No
stupid.
team will ever be that dumb again. Right, so
They might.
New Jersey Nets trade away.
The Kings are still in the NBA. They never might be yet.
Still
So,
make bad trades. They still draft well.
They do make bad trades.
but yeah, I mean that's
Do you remember the team they fielded last year?
But they didn't trade anything. They just don't draft well. They have a top 10 pick every single year.
yeah
And they
that
have
team makes no.
stars. How do you not hit the lottery one time?
And they put Vince Carter and Zach Randolph out in the court.
yeah, bro. Together, starting face of your team. They're just bad luck, I guess.
Okay, well, since we're talking about the Kings, do you want to talk about Wells' favorite person right now? Who used to be the cornerstone of the Kings?
DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, 1 year, $5 million to who?
5.3.
I think you guys
The
are getting
Golden
it.
State
I
Warriors.
think you guys are getting it twisted how I perceive this.
Shoot.
I am not opposed to DeMarcus Cousins signing for less, and I'm not opposed to the Warriors for offering it. You'd be dumb not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What I am opposed to is,
Rich get richer.
yes, the balance. The league just got worse because of this, right?
I disagree, but
No, the league got worse. There's less competition now. What am I watching this for?
I thought about this. And step one is he's not playing till January.
No, I agree. And he's coming back from a very serious injury.
Coming back in January.
He's coming back from one of the worst injuries you can have as a basketball player. Your
he might not even
Achilles.
play that much on that team
Tim.
anyway.
Um,
Anyway, go on.
And then number two, there were no offers because he's damaged goods.
Well, apparently that was a lie, too.
Well, apparently,
No, that's a lie.
apparently
Apparently
New Orleans
And he-
offered him $20 million a year.
No, they didn't offer him. No,
They offered
It
him
wasn't-
$17 million a year.
That wasn't a lie. They offered him $20 million after he got injured in the middle of the season.
Right.
I thought it was 17. I thought it was less.
What doesn't matter?
Yeah, okay.
They offered him the money in the middle of the season.
And he didn't take that.
At this
He wanted to go to
moment,
free agency.
when the free agency began, he got 0 offers.
So, in that respect,
Lakers, who took JaVale McGee,
over him.
didn't even offer him anything. All right, like I mean,
He
I'd go to I'd go to Golden State too.
He is damaged goods, and we don't know how good he's going to be. An Achilles
That's fine.
heel injury
That's
is
fine.
a very serious injury.
Wells, I think Smythe cut you off. Do you have any more?
No, I like I said, I don't blame the player and I don't blame the team. This
No.
league just got more boring.
Now, I hear a lot of... It's boring in the sense that there is no competition for the Warriors. That's
Yes.
what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
As in, what do we have to look forward to this
That's fair
year?
enough. Because when it gets to the finals, you know...
What do we have to look forward to?
Well, we can look forward to the playoffs. Like you said, the first round this year was pretty entertaining.
I thought it was better than the NHL first
Yeah.
round.
So when it gets down to the finals, that's where you be like, that's what you might check out.
Boston with the healthy Hayward
They might.
and a healthy Kyrie.
They might.
Everyone thinks they're going to be good.
They should be.
It should be. I mean,
I don't think they're much better than they are right now.
If they got as far as they did without
Oh,
those two,
they didn't have Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving.
I also don't value Gordon Hayward like a lot of other people do.
why?
But either way, even if you're starting Brown and Tatum over him, it's still Brown and Tatum.
I think Tatum and
Tatum's gonna
Hayward
be good.
cancel each other out.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, dude.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe in 4 years.
When they got to pay for them, obviously got to choose when they got to pay.
Well,
but-
I think Tatum's a
Yeah,
great
you take Tatum.
scorer, and he's long and lanky, and like, it's not like think it's just much better thinker than him. I don't know. I just don't see the difference. I don't understand.
Brown's a better defender.
Brown.
Yeah, Brown's a better defender than Tatum.
We're talking Tatum and
Tatum, well, Brown is like said to be like Kawhi Leonard like.
Is he? Because
Yeah.
I didn't see.
I think he's
that.
a really good defender.
He's all right. I think they're gonna trade him this year, but whatever.
No, they're not going to trade him this year. They're not trading him.
They're gonna trade him or they're trading Kyrie.
Boston
Someone's
isn't
going.
making any moves this
No.
I just don't like how predictable things are going to be this year.
That's the league, though. Now I heard a lot of because we had this group chat that went on for might have been like 24 hours, just going back and forth with this. I heard a lot of the league is broken and stuff like this. This has been the league.
The league
This-
is broken.
but this has been the league.
This is bad, man.
No, this has been the league.
It's getting worse.
Now, Casey, you said the Bulls would have won
in a
eight
row.
straight, 8 in a row.
Yes.
I don't believe that, but you believe that. That's fine. That's
You
fine.
think the
No,
Houston
they wouldn't have
Rockets would have beat Michael Jordan?
I think getting to the finals that many times is hard. It's very hard. I don't think they would have won 8 in a row.
But we're also
But either way,
we're talking about a different league then.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody could beat the Bulls. Nobody could beat the Bulls.
It's a different league then than it is now.
But all of a sudden, the '90s was great, but now it's horrible.
I didn't
But it was
say
the
that.
Okay, which was the same. You didn't say that, but a lot of people do say that.
But the talent is better now than it was then.
I agree.
Here's my thing.
I think the game's harder than it was back
Well,
then.
there's better players. It becomes harder to do
Yeah,
things
and
you want to
there's-
do. It's like any sport right now.
Yeah.
Like hockey's,
Can't
the
win
technology now is way better and everything's better, so the players are
Well,
better.
you've taken out the goons out of the game, so you're
Yeah.
adding more skilled
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
So that's why the game has gotten better.
and that's why I think NBA, you're taking out those
The
role
slower
players.
guys. You're taking out the slower,
exactly.
lumbering
Like
guys.
how insignificant is the 5 right now? Right? Like
It's changing almost yearly now.
Yeah.
Almost yearly. I
know
don't
what
know
I mean?
why the Dallas Mavericks went for
DeAndre
DeAndre Jordan. I have no idea.
Because they had him before and they didn't work out. Now, my thing is that DeMarcus Cousins signing with Golden State is the same concept of Dennis Rodman signing in '96.
Okay, why do you think? Okay, the same concept. So why do you think the league is broken now when they were doing this in the '90s?
That was broken then.
It's
that
not-
that part of
So
the
the league to you is broken
the
completely.
league was broken then as well.
Why? Explain.
I don't
Explain
think
it
it
broken.
was, though.
My
Oh wait, a minute. I
concept
want you to
is
explain
that
it
if
broken.
a player is worth a certain amount of money, the reason why we have salary caps and people earn different salaries is to make sure that your stars are spread out. So if you have a superstar who's willing to play for, $5 million, if he's worth $20 million, he's going to go make his $20 million. The money is what keeps these stars spread out.
It's supposed to keep the stars
Yeah,
spread, but,
because
it's
you
not,
can't-
but it's
But
not.
that's
working.
not happening anymore.
Exactly. So the league is broken because that's not what's attracting these players to a smaller markets and these
wanna
bigger
win.
salaries. So when Dennis Rodman signs for $1 million in 1996 to go play with Michael Jordan and win 3 championships, Dennis Rodman was worth,
About $10 million. I said.
let's say, $10 million at the time. I don't know. But Dennis Rodman, remember, was 20 rebounds and 10 points. He's a 20-10
No.
player the other way.
He never got 10
That's what
points.
he averaged.
No, he
That's
didn't.
what 9.9 and like 19 point whatever. Okay.
I don't believe that.
So
I'm,
now-
I'm going to say 6 points.
Now DeMarcus Cousins is.
but he had a role.
Cousins is legitimately an all-star. He starts in the all-star game. He is technically a superstar player. Instead of him signing for $28-29 million, he signs for $5 million.
That's
So-
all he got.
I understand that.
No, what do you mean you understand that? That's what he got. You're
I
saying he
understand that.
signed for this. This was
His only
his
offer.
only option.
That's what I
I
heard.
don't believe that.
But we know.
Okay, no, he may have got other options for $5 or $6 million.
No, wait,
But
wait,
if
wait.
you're gonna take that low money, you might as well go to Golden State.
Hold on, wait. Maybe what you're saying is any team would have offered him $5 million if he knew
Yes.
he's only going to pay $5 million.
Yes.
But he chose to go to Golden State for $5 million
Yeah, it's
rather
the-
than go to
Well, why
the
wouldn't
Raptors.
you?
I don't know.
That's not his fault.
Again,
What
I
I'm saying is-
I don't blame him for doing it.
No, it's not his fault.
It's the league is like
league-
set up for him to do
Okay,
this.
what do you want him to do?
No, but I don't agree with that because this was an odd situation in the sense that you had a player who was going to make max before his injury, got injured. It's a bad injury, like we said, and no team was willing to take a chance on it. Right? I mean,
I don't agree with that.
they want to see him come back and show that he is at least 75% of the player he was. Right? And they didn't get a chance to see that. So no team was going to take a chance on that.
I am I'm having trouble believing that no other
DeMarcus
team
Cousins.
would offer
So
him.
you would offer...
not $5 million. I'm saying like 10, 15 million for 1 year. I'm
you
having
take-
trouble understanding and believing that is the case.
Which team would have done that though? Or would you have
There's
done that?
30 teams.
I know. Would you have done that?
If I had
Would
a
I have
team,
done that?
I would offer.
Sure.
You
$10
would have
million?
offered him $15 million?
Yeah, for sure.
For 4
For
years.
4 years?
No,
Of
no,
course,
no,
it's-
no.
it's
He
a-
wouldn't have taken that. He
It's a
wouldn't have taken
discount.
that.
I would have offered
No,
him that.
this 1 year deal is a one time only thing
Yeah, yeah.
because
There's
he's
no way he's gonna-
proving
yeah.
that he can still compete.
I don't even care if he. There's no way he's going to be on that team for 2 years. Not even.
No, he won't be.
Yeah.
He won't
No.
be. And,
Or-
and that's why I say I don't mind him having that decision. I'm just saying he could have got more money somewhere else to do it for 1 year, and he chose to go the easy way.
Did
out.
Dwight Howard go to Washington?
Yes. Now
Did you hear that Golden State? That was a flat out no.
they're like, no, I don't want this guy.
So the rumors was he was supposed to Dwight Howard was supposed to go to Golden State, and it was a flat out.
Steph Curry was like,
no.
nah, boss,
No.
nah. Now, if you are Golden
And
State,
he used to love that player.
I did.
He used to call him the
Oh.
greatest player
Yeah.
ever.
Wasn't he? At one point he was.
No, he was not. I've
Not the
never
greatest. He
liked
was
Dwight Howard.
dominant.
He was really dominant.
was
He
dominant.
made it to final. He made it to 2 conference finals and a finals.
Hito Turkoglu took that team.
Wow.
Ball,
now
Both times.
Ball.
Both times.
ball.
if you're the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green and Klay Thompson are up after this year. Do you keep DeMarcus
No,
Cousins
they
and let
can't.
them
They can't
walk?
keep it. They can't keep it.
They don't. But
They don't. They
DeMarcus
can't.
Cousins... You know what DeMarcus Cousins was? It's like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was to the Golden State Warriors.
If I'm the Warriors, I'm sacrificing
Who?
Draymond Green. I'm letting him walk.
Get out of here, man.
And I'm
You don't
signing
even know if
Cousins.
he's healthy.
You're
Get outta here.
going to find out this year. After
You're
this
not
year,
gonna
if
find
Cousins
out-
is still at
Cousins
All-Star
is-
form, you let Draymond
Cousins
Green
is not
walk.
going to start playing until
Christmas.
April.
No.
No.
It's a torn Achilles. It's a year. Come on.
He might be January.
Christmas. He'll
But
be
he's not
back-
gonna.
he'll
He's
be
not gonna
back
play a
then.
lot of minutes. You think he's gonna play with the starting lineup? No, he's not. He is not playing with the
Are
starting
you
lineup.
insane? He's of course
Nope.
he'll play the starting lineup.
He takes up too much real
it's
estate.
way
I would
more
say
fun when he plays the starting
February
lineup.
he'll be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's not gonna play with the starters.
He's gonna be on the Monsters.
February.
They're playing all 5 of those guys.
No, you'll see spurts when they play all 5 of them.
You think he's
They're not
gonna
gonna play
off the
all 5.
bench?
No. Yes,
Are you insane?
100%. He's not gonna start. He's coming off the bench.
Guys, it's an Achilles heel. He'll be fine after the year.
I'm not saying he's not gonna be fine, but he
Not
doesn't
every-
fit.
not
He doesn't
everyone
fit
comes
into the
back
Warriors.
from that injury.
No, they don't. They
He's
don't.
also
especially
7
big men.
feet tall. It's not hard for him to come back from an injury.
Actually, it is.
Not-
Actually, it
It's
is.
just too harder for him. Right? Not everyone comes back from those injuries.
Listen, guys, I'm serious. He'll be back. He'll be fine after a year. He may not be as
What's fine to you?
He'll be able to play at All-Star level.
Okay, and
After
and
Christmas.
obviously a lot of teams didn't think that was the case.
Does Dwight Howard play at All-Star level too?
Did Dwight Howard tear his Achilles heel?
No, he hurt his back though.
Who cares? It's not the same injury.
No, I'm asking. I'm
You
asking
just
a question.
you
'cause I
picked a
wanna-
totally different injury.
No, I want to establish what
That
he
is-
thinks an All-Star is.
That is a totally
No, but
different
Dwight
variable.
Howard, there's other people just don't like playing with
The
him.
Dwight Howard.
I understand, but he's not that same player. He was not that same player. He's in Orlando. He hurt
Yeah,
his
but-
back.
No.
If
Dwight
anyone
How-
hurts
no,
their
no, no,
back,
no, no,
they're
no.
not going to be the same
It
player.
has nothing to do with it. Dwight Howard
course it
was
does.
in an incredible system that made him look a lot better than he was actually.
No, he
actually
was a very explosive player. He
was-
can't do that anymore.
He was dominant. All he could do was dunk the ball.
Yes,
and block a
I understand
shot.
that,
And
and
go
it
to the
worked.
foul line
It got to the
and
finals.
miss.
That Orlando team actually formed the basis of what we're watching today.
Yes, I agree with you. But the difference is,
But he was a
that
different player though, because he hurt his back.
Dwight Howard thought he was Shaq. Not because he went to LA, but because he thought he could take over a game on his own.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard was never that player.
I'm not-
And after
wait,
he
hang
left
on.
Orlando is when he realized.
First of all,
Sorry, I'm not. I'm
neither
not.
was Shaq, but let's keep going.
I'm sorry.
Shaq, what?
What?
Shaq was nothing by himself. Penny Hardaway, Kobe Bryant.
Well, he can't carry the ball.
no,
You can't carry the ball.
I'm
Stop
not
it.
saying
Stop
that.
it.
I'm just saying Shaq could take over a game. Shaq was dominant.
Dwight Howard
I'm not
had
talking about
30
Dwight
in 10
Howard's
games,
attitude.
too.
Wait, I'm not talking about his attitude. I agree with you on that, his attitude, because he said, "I want to be a bigger star than I am, so I need to leave Orlando." I'm not disagreeing with that, which is probably the worst mistake ever made in his career. I'm just saying him as a player, he's not as explosive as he was in Orlando.
Dude, the man has been on a different team every
yeah,
year
100%.
since he left Orlando.
I hear stories.
Think about that. Every year,
I hear.
he's on a different team.
I hear stories. He is the problem. every place he wants
Dude,
to go,
at
and
some-
nobody likes him.
At some point, you have to look in the mirror and say, if no team offers me a contract after I'm here, I may be the problem.
They jump
You don't
for
need to be
joy in
told
Charlotte.
you're the problem.
Yeah, they jump for
Some
joy in
team
Charlotte.
always offers him a contract. Though.
They do. They
What
do.
is-
And when
they're
they leave, they're like,
maybe,
thank God he's gone.
maybe he'll work here.
Yeah.
You'll always get a contract.
And look who offered him now.
You'll always get a contract.
The
Washington Wizards.
Dysfunctional Washington
But
Wizards
you have
who
Wall
already
and
hate each
Beal,
other.
You move Gortat and you bring in Dwight Howard.
Have you not listened to a word he said?
Yeah, Wall and Beal already can't stand each other.
And now you're going to bring in this guy who seems to be, and I don't like using this word, but cancer. Sorry for lack of a better word. Guy, when
there's
he
a lot of
leaves
better
teams,
words.
yeah, I couldn't think of it. Sorry. When he leaves teams, they jump for joy. Charlotte was like, he's gone. Finally, he's
God.
gone. Thank God. For a guy who gives you 15 and 10,
Yeah.
Houston,
thank God he's gone.
Houston was celebrating when he left.
And look at them now.
Yeah.
But this, anyway, back to DeMarcus Cousins. Do you,
Well, I hear what you're saying. I agree with you.
which part do you agree with him?
It's not fun. We know the Golden State Warriors are going to win.
I don't know if the league is. See, when they get to the finals, I will 100% agree with you, Wells. When he gets to the finals, that's fine.
Name me another sport where you could say
None.
from
There's
the
none.
beginning
There's
of the
none.
season,
There's
this
none.
team is going to win the championship.
Maybe Champions League. Champions League's probably the closest thing to that.
But
Maybe.
it always in basketball, we always
And that is not good.
No.
You can even admit that
No,
is
but
not
that's.
good.
But hang on.
Oh.
This has been the league since forever.
No.
Yes.
No. It was only that way. Now, you could argue that
In the
these
80s?
two teams,
No, it's always been this way.
these two teams may win, but at least it was two teams. At least you had an option.
But nobody was being.
We've even eliminated the two
Another
team
team.
option.
Hang on. You just said the Bulls would have won 8 straight.
Yes.
Believe it or not,
Yep.
they never went to Game 7 once in the finals.
It was just as bad there.
So
I liked it more. It was
So to
very-
say
I
the
liked
league-
it more when I was younger.
To say the league is quote unquote broke, it's always been like this.
no, look,
No, I'm not saying it's broken. What I'm saying is that
The concept of it
It's-
being
it's-
broken is not from the
it's
same
not
team
good.
winning.
Yeah.
It's the concept.
You
of
saying it's not
players-
good, but this has been going on. The popular league is
no,
growing.
after,
growing.
after
no, no,
1998,
no.
when Jordan retired, it wasn't like that.
No,
I know, but it came back to that.
the fact that
No, it only came back to it with the Golden State
the
Warriors.
fact
Lakers.
that the fact that money
Lakers?
isn't
Lakers and Spurs. I guess,
separating these stars anymore is the
No,
reason
but
why the
once
league is
again,
broken.
that
It's
was
not
two
the same
teams.
team winning.
You had an option. You could say, you know what? Maybe this team will win. Maybe the Spurs will win. Oh, maybe the Lakers will win. Maybe what other good team? Detroit will win back then.
Detroit.
No, when Detroit won a championship, right?
Won.
My point is that you had some options. Now it's not even close. You might as well say the Golden State Warriors have a 100% chance
Of winning the
to
championship.
win the
But it
championship.
won't last forever. That's
Well,
not,
there-
I mean,
it's not gonna last
no,
forever.
but I'm saying-
What league
Yeah.
for betting odds is it less than even where the team will win?
None.
No other league
None.
is even close.
None. Not even close.
No,
Not even close.
Like you look at the Patriots, who are a perennial powerhouse, or most of the time make it to the finals, are like a plus, like a 6-1.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors right now are under. They're like you would lose money. You know what I mean? Like
You bet on Golden State, and you have to give money back if you want.
that's scary, man. That's scary for the league.
It's just the
It
way
is scary because people are like, "What's the point of watching? Why am I investing my time into this?"
But everyone watches it though. If it's not the NFL,
Okay,
they're
if you guys
watching
think this league is broken, what's your solution to this?
you gotta
can't
Have
find
a hard cap.
you have to find something else outside of money to influence these guys. 'Cause
Hard cap?
right
Why
now,
are you shaking your head?
Now-
A hard cap wouldn't have worked in this situation. What would have a hard cap done?
This NBA cap is the biggest buffoonery ever. There's a soft cap, a softer cap, like, and then there's like, oh, but you can extend this guy. and
Baseball
put-
has no.
baseball has no cap,
Yeah,
but baseball's different. We already went over this. in the group chat.
No, I stopped myself. It's,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's
comparable.
not the same. NBA is the only sport where like one guy can dictate the whole game.
This is my only thing to you guys is because, and I've tried to explain this in the group, but Corey wasn't. I don't think Corey understood what I was talking about.
Corey's in the NBA ball. He isn't.
If this Golden State Warriors team was the Raptors, you guys would be jumping for
That's
joy.
not the point.
Hang on,
of it all.
wait. That is the point. Hang on. If this Golden State Warriors was the Toronto Raptors, you'd be jumping for joy.
Dude,
Hang on. My
Maple
point is, the Golden State Warriors, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're not big markets. Quote unquote big markets.
LA's a pretty big market, but keep going.
No, LA now is big. LA's not. But my point is, who's been in the championships the last 4 years? these two non-big
We're not
markets.
talking about small market teams.
But they are small market
No,
teams.
we're not.
Golden
That's not the
State's not a small
argument.
Wait. Now they were a small market team. 10 years ago, what were you saying about
They
Golden
just
State?
weren't good. They just mean they're a small market.
Baron Davis.
They just weren't a good team. Doesn't mean they're a small
My
market.
point is, in this NBA, any city can be these teams.
But that's not the argument.
OKC
We don't
was big
care.
at
That's
one
not what
point.
we're talking about.
But that's my point. Any city
Well,
can
you're
be these
arguing
teams.
something we're not arguing.
I know,
You're
but,
right about that. You win that argument.
but to say the league is broken, any city can be these teams.
No,
This could be Toronto.
But no, the league is broken is not a statement based on teams that can beat certain teams. The league is broken because the actual system of players making what they're worth isn't working anymore. So, for instance, remember when Joe Johnson went to Atlanta? He left
Yeah, I understand.
because it was a smaller market that afforded him the money. So he left that stacked Phoenix team to go and take a raise and play in a small market. Okay? That's how the NBA should be. So say Golden State has 4 stars now. Draymond Green says, hey, I'm going to go play in Sacramento because they'll pay
You
like
actually-
$20 million.
I understand what you're saying. Do you actually believe that?
That's how the league, that's how it's built. That's
No, wait. Do you actually believe that's how it should be?
Joe Johnson
So you are
left?
mad. Okay, wait.
Amari
okay, I
Stoudemire?
understand your examples. I'm just trying to speed this up a little. So you are mad that players are taking less money to go win.
We're not mad.
We're
No,
saying,
I'm just saying. Sorry, I
He's
should. Sorry, not mad.
All
Sorry, I
he-
should say
All
he's
we're
mad.
saying is
I should have said mad.
All we're saying is that we know who's going to win.
I understand.
Like I mean, there's not even an unless
lightning strikes.
unless every Golden State player breaks their leg, we know they're going to win.
And you
Nah.
knew the Bulls were going to win.
If you look at the NFL, I'll
But-
take a prime example for you guys.
That's the point.
There's no fixing
no.
that in the NBA. That's my point.
I agree with you. I
There's no
agree with
fixing.
you.
There's
There's
no
no way to
fixing.
fix
The
it.
NFL is a prime example. The team wins the Super Bowl, okay, and your young stars will leave immediately
NFL's different.
to go find better contracts for
NFL's
more
different.
money.
NFL's
But
different.
that's how sports are built. A player plays his couple years, okay, gives you his best, becomes a star, and he goes to a different market for more money.
NFL's different.
I understand. No, the NHL works the same way. MLS works the same way.
NHL does not work the same way.
Yes,
you keep the 3 guys you can't afford anyone because it's hard.
Well,
to
guys leave consistently for more money, okay?
you can't afford them. You
In
can't
the-
afford them.
Exactly.
because
That's
they're
my
under the
point.
cap.
In
Well,
the
Wells
NBA,
was-
guys willing to play for less money.
No, that's not
so
exactly
you can't
what it
afford
is.
them.
Wells was absolutely right. Because of the ridiculousness of the way the salaries work in the NBA, if you're part of the team for the year, you could get paid more and it doesn't affect you on the cap.
Yes.
Now, this was designed to protect small market teams, but it has completely backfired because now teams could hoard players, right? And not have to. Golden State doesn't have the highest salary.
No.
But they're paying the most tax.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
Oklahoma City is.
Yeah.
Well, because they're stupid.
But my point is they're able to do that because they drafted extremely well, so you gotta give Golden State good credit, right? But the way the rules were designed, like you're saying, players are not being greedy. They're taking less. So it is what it is.
Kevin Durant took less so he could join that team, only for him to sign as much as he just did, right? Like to make more money.
You know what's actually hilarious? He actually took less of that money. It's the same amount of money that DeMarcus Cousins is getting. So that gap that he took is the same money that DeMarcus Cousins is taking. So he actually did take less to make the team better.
Exactly.
So he could like the way that it's structured is so you know when they re-up you can get paid more when you get re-upped. So it's like, oh my god, these guys are suffering. They're not. They're just taking that cut for the 1 year so they can get paid in the next 3.
Well, all I'm saying is that.
But that's, you know what? If that's
you're-
if that's how it's set up and people can exploit it, they will.
but the
So,
way,
if you're not blaming the players, you're not blaming the
I don't
organizations.
blame the
you're not blaming-
organizations,
you're not
I
blaming
don't
anything.
blame it. It's
but
just-
you might put a little blame on the league, though.
I don't think he's blaming anyone. I think all
I'm
he's
just saying is I'm already shut off, and I'm not looking for anyone to blame.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Okay,
just
fair
saying is like the only other thing more predictable than this is wrestling, and that may even be less predictable than what's going on right now in the NBA.
probably
And I'm not even joking.
It probably is. Like I said, Champions League is probably the closest thing.
I don't even think so.
No.
Well, you get the same 4 or 5 teams in there
Honestly,
all the
even
time
wrestling,
because they pay for it.
even in wrestling, you could have a upset.
Oh my
This is
God.
just
ridiculous.
It's true.
this is ridiculous.
But-
like
I do think.
But to
the
say
system's
it's
failing
not a
in
new
this
thing,
league.
though. That's my whole thing. This
No,
is
it's
always
different. It's different than the '90s
Because the
you're
players are
saying
doing
these.
it.
You're saying that these teams won is because they had they had the best player in the NBA on their team, but he actually had supporting players,
He actually
right?
had I think they actually had the two best players in the league. on the
But
team.
no one played for
No,
peanuts. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that no
different
one
then.
said I'll play for nothing.
And there
this year
weren't
to make
as
sure
many
we win."
stars as
was
there
no cap
were.
back then,
There
actually.
weren't as many stars
Exactly.
then as there are now.
also-
Hold on a second. Well, Mike, you just said
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman took $1 million.
That was, I said, the league was broken at that point, and they won 3
So
championships.
to
every
say
year.
that the league they weren't taking less, it's a falsehood.
I didn't
they were.
say the no one guy. We said one person
Who else
in
on
the
that team,
last
though?
20 years that took that cut. $1 million is ridiculous. It's the same as an all-star playing for $5 million today.
But-
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, but Pippen and Scott and Jordan were getting $30 million. The rest of the guys weren't getting that much money.
The rest of the guys were getting what they're worth. They weren't that good. Dennis Rodman was better than the $1 million they paid him. Luke Longley made 10 for Christ's sakes. He played for peanuts
I
so
don't know
they
if he made
could
10.
win, and they won 3 championships in a row. So now Cousins is playing for 5, and we know he's probably worth 25 to 30. That is the problem with the league, right?
But he's not worth 30 or 20 because nobody offered him. Like
And
Casey said.
that is the wild card in the
That-
situation.
exactly, and
But
that's- yeah.
if DeMarcus Cousins were to sign a contract, you were in an All-Star DeMarcus Cousins, he would be his value in this league as a person starting the All-Star game, $25 to $30 million. Him playing for 20%
Well,
of that breaks the NBA.
DeAndre Jordan's getting $24 million, so
Thank you. And if you
Sorry?
were to
Sorry, who'd you
choose
say?
between
DeAndre Jordan
Jordan,
just got a $24 million
if
contract.
you choose between the two of them, you're taking Cousins. Cousins is injured, damaged goods. Don't get me wrong.
Hang on. No, you're not because nobody offered him.
That's
I'm just saying,
that's the X factor.
logically.
That is the X factor. Is that
No, but I am talking logically.
he said
They
he
didn't
wasn't
offer
offered
him.
a contract.
They didn't
so he had
offer
to
him.
sign
He was
somewhere.
injured.
He had to
He
play
was injured,
somewhere.
and
Someone would have taken him for something more than $5 million.
I mean, the fact he's not
guarantee
going to
you
play
that.
until after Christmas
But they
makes
did
it
it.
kind of like.
That's the whole thing. They did it. Well, no. That's the whole point. They
but
did it.
we know that when the playoffs come, DeMarcus Cousins will be playing on the Golden State Warriors. That's unfair.
He won't be putting in as much minutes as you guys think he will be.
I think he'll be starting 40 minutes again.
Anything else? 40 minutes a game?
Yeah. I think he's.
He didn't even believe it when he said it.
I think he's gonna be like. I think he's gonna be part of the backbone of that.
I don't
team.
think he was playing 40 minutes a game when he was healthy.
You didn't even believe that when you said that, bro. You didn't even say it. Anyway, anything else? Anything else from this free agency?
Yo, let's talk about Trae Young. Trae Young sucks. We see him play summer league. Oh my god.
Who is the best pick of the draft
just
then?
summer league though.
Draft? I didn't even watch. I don't like drafts. I don't.
Where do you think these guys come from? Where do you think Steph Curry
I-
came from?
I will
Hey,
judge
I don't
them.
watch the
Okay.
draft. Only watch when they're superstars.
Yeah.
Nash doesn't watch until
I
they're
only watch
already
when they're
established.
superstars.
Then he's like,
Yeah.
I called it all along
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're already
yeah.
started.
I never said that. I never say that. You say that.
Oh, you're like,
Um,
well, how do you think Dynasty start? You don't care about how it started. You just care about how you
Yeah,
join
I
in
care
and
about when
watch
he's
it.
actually in the league and I'll watch him the first
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I never say that. You'll say that.
No.
When you say ridiculous comments
So-
like there's franchise quarterbacks in every draft.
it's franchise quarterback.
And then when I ask you to pick one, you didn't answer me.
Yeah.
And then this year you go, see, I told you that guy's a franchise quarterback.
every year there's
Anyway.
a franchise quarterback. Anyway,
Whatever.
Trae Young sucks. Have you guys seen him play? No, probably not. I've seen him in summer league like 2 or 3 times.
Give him time. We have to adjust to the NBA game.
They think he's Steph Curry. He's not gonna be.
Give him time. I hate when they compare 19, 20-year-old kids to people who've been in the league for 8 years.
That's my point.
Their
You can
summer
have a
league, all those kids in the
comparison.
league for
You can.
1 or 2 years. He's not dominating those kids. All
But
I'm
he was
saying.
what? What was he picked? Like 6th, 7th?
Yeah,
That's right. It wasn't
How do you
6.
know who he's going to beat? Like, I don't understand how these guys know what they're going to beat.
I don't know. I
didn't hear anybody talking about Donovan Mitchell during the
Yeah,
draft.
when was the last player
Yeah.
that came into the NBA that everyone knew would be a superstar?
LeBron James.
Simmons, Joel Embiid.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
You did not
No.
think Joel Embiid would start. Okay, well, different drafts, I guess.
I think the last draft was where you knew
It's LeBron James.
it was LeBron James.
No, are you kidding me?
No, when I'm saying you knew.
Are you guys ridiculous? Not LeBron James. There's no such thing as
Kyrie was up
A
there.
generational player is different.
He didn't think Kyrie was going to be a superstar.
I knew he'd be an all-star. When he decided he wasn't going to play the whole year and still got drafted first.
Revisionist
That's an
history, I
all-star.
feel.
Anyway,
There's a lot of revisionist history over here.
Yeah.
A lot. When it
I
comes to
remember
Smite,
that
there's a lot of
conversation.
revisionist
But whatever.
history.
Derrick Rose until he got hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose. Derrick
He was
Rose
sure-
won.
he was
Yeah, Derrick
surefire.
Rose won.
not LeBron James. Okay, we can.
That's
you-
But you're
different.
comparing
man.
the guy
That's
to Steph
different.
Curry, arguably the second or third best player in the league. That's not fair, is all I'm saying.
You know what? You asked Steph Curry. You asked where Steph
Marco,
Curry.
Steph Curry no one knew who Steph Curry was the
That's
first
not
5
true.
years he was
That's
playing
not
in Golden
true.
State.
That's not true.
Sorry.
But no one knows
who
where he
didn't
was
watch
drafted from.
basketball.
Do you know what university he went to?
Davidson.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
But
Davidson
that was
was-
different. He was special in Davidson.
He
That
was the 7th pick or was it the 8th?
7th pick.
seventh pick. He shot the lights
Unless
out.
you watched basketball,
But he was hurt. That was-
you did not
that
know
was-
who Steph Curry was.
No, he wasn't gonna go number 1.
No, he was not a number 1.
Yeah.
Some people
So-
said he should have went number 1, but he didn't.
No,
Should have,
well,
but he was in a
Should've,
small
yeah,
market
yeah.
school.
The point is that it's not. I'm just saying it's not fair to compare
Marco
kids who are playing for the first time.
Fultz was supposed to be. You cannot not pick
He
him
was
number one.
He was number one.
You cannot not.
Well,
Anthony Bennett went number one.
at the
Well,
start of
that-
at the
that-
start
that's-
of this podcast, I said that Fultz shouldn't be number one. It should have been Tatum.
Well, everyone said that.
That was just me.
Only one person thought otherwise, and that was
That was the burner account.
Well, LeVar Ball went too.
No,
And I didn't-
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball went too. And again, I didn't hear anyone saying that Donovan Mitchell was supposed to be this guy.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's that guy yet. He's giving me half a season.
Should have been rookie of the year.
I would have gave it to him too, but whatever.
Ben Simmons gets a year off in a full training camp.
Just to train.
Rules is
Two training.
rules.
I know.
Rules is
I agree.
rules.
I agree. But
Rules is rules. Change the rules then. Under the rules, he won.
so who? You guys don't have any like picks that excited you of
No.
this draft? You just don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm honest. I don't know. I don't watch
all these
college basketball.
notes for nothing.
No, well,
These guys, you gotta understand. These NBA players come from something.
I understand that, but to make an exception, make an analysis, them playing in college to the league,
It's exciting though, isn't it?
I guess it's fun. Yeah, you can say it's fun.
Isn't it more like
It's the foundation of American sports, but like we'll just put
Yeah,
that aside.
yeah.
No,
doesn't
it's
matter.
it's fun.
Let's just throw it
that's
aside.
the term might be the most
Let's throw it on
exciting
the-
things
yeah,
in
let's
sports,
just-
but
I understand what you're talking about, but I'm not gonna say that this guy's gonna be this in the NBA. You have no idea. Nobody has any idea. You can try to make assumptions, but you don't have any idea.
you just like your concrete information. You like to be sure.
Yes.
You know who I think got the best player in the draft? Utah Jazz.
Yeah, man, I have it right here.
That
I'm like,
was-
is there a better fit for
You
a
were
player?
you were so excited.
Is there a better fit for a player?
Who they get?
Grayson
Sorry,
Allen.
Grayson
Grayson
Allen
Allen,
from
okay.
Duke. I mean,
Is there a
it's
better
not so
fit?
much the fit. He's 6'4". He is tough as nails, and he's a prick. B, you have Mitchell, and you have what's the big guy's name?
Gobert.
Gobert. You have defense, you have toughness, you have scoring.
Not to mention
and
Trey
this-
Burke and
Dante Exum.
Exum.
But I hate those
Man,
guys.
what are you talking about?
I
Did you
just-
see Exum?
I
Did you see
personally
Exum
hate
defend Harden?
I get it.
He was
I
probably
just-
the best defender on Harden through
What-
the whole playoffs.
What do they go down 5 games?
But he was probably the best defender against
Whatever,
Harden.
Who cares? You win again.
Anyway.
Who cares? Who cares? Anyway,
After Donovan Mitchell got hurt.
Who cares? If you look at this package, and we don't know what Grayson Allen's going to be in the NBA. Don't get me wrong, but I know he's going to be tough. He's going to be finishing, and he shares the basketball, and he's not selfish.
And who's his coach? Quinn Snyder, baby.
I hate Quinn Snyder.
Because you like Quinn Snyder. Because he likes Quinn Snyder. That's why.
I
I'm excited.
I think one of the names that I like the most was a 6 pick from the Magic. They took Mohamed Bamba from Texas,
Yeah.
who's
Yeah,
like the
I saw that.
lankiest dude in
Yeah.
the league.
I
He'll
don't
be
know.
fun to watch if he grows out into like he puts some muscle on.
I think he's going to get hurt immediately.
Why?
I don't like them tall guys. Them tall African guys, them knees don't go well. It's only a few guys have made it. Dikembe Mutombo.
Hold on. Do you have any picks from the draft?
Oh, I didn't know we were going to talk about the draft. I didn't
Oh.
take notes. And
She's like, I don't care about the draft.
You don't have notes in front of you now, but you went on. You talked for 4 hours.
well, no, I'm really big on let these. First of all, college players only play for a year now.
Yes.
Right? So
go
they
on then.
truly are kids.
Grayson Allen
Right?
played for 5.
yeah,
bro.
he played
Okay.
for 4.
Grayson Allen's 23.
A majority of them only play for
Yeah.
a year, right? I don't think it's fair to compare them. I say we give them a couple years and see the
2 or
player
3.
they become.
Two or
Yeah,
three
2 or
to see-
3 years.
two or
See
three.
You know
the player
what? They don't
become.
have that kind of time in this league anymore.
They do.
They
If
do.
they're not a championship team, they don't have that much
I
time.
mean, Steph Curry is a perfect example.
Steph Curry's
Harden?
no. James Harden was a starter day one.
That's why Thunder let him go?
No, let him go because they're cheap. They let Kevin Durant.
Westbrook wasn't a star until about a
He wasn't a star in college.
Westbrook,
Well, he was the second best player on his team.
Westbrook was
Yeah.
a star. Right?
No, he was not a star in college. No one was talking about Westbrook
Kevin
in
Love
college.
was the main.
on
Yeah.
that team.
The point, all I'm saying is this:
But Jordan was a star. His
you
team.
never know. Someone could go number one.
Michael
and
Jordan
they
went
could suck.
third.
Yeah.
James Worthy was a star of that team.
Michael Jordan went third. That's a classic example.
It's not. Hey, I'm just saying. James Worthy was a star of the team.
What was the GM of Portland? His you guys remember this quote? He's like so he's like someone said to him, "Oh, draft." No,
Sam
no,
Bowie.
someone said to the GM, "Yeah, you should draft Jordan." Oh, we already have Drexler. draft Jordan and play him at center. So in that case, it's like it doesn't matter. Just get the best player
Get the best- take
and
the
figure it
best.
out after.
But the NBA was different back then.
It was
the
a big man league.
The big man, you always get the big man.
Sam Bowie.
Hey, nobody knocks the Rockets for taking Olajuwon first, but they do knock Sam Bowie for going second.
Hold on,
Yeah.
like, Olajuwon was a great player.
I know. Hey, take Olajuwon. That's not a question. Why Jordan went third over Sam Bowie?
It's not their
Why did Kevin Durant go second after Greg Oden?
Oh, it was a big man league at the time, right? He just got hurt. It was still a big man league there.
I would take
The point is,
I would have taken.
The
I would
point
have
is-
Graham was
taken.
still the best player
the
in the
point is,
draft.
hindsight is
2020.
2020.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't really blame him for not picking.
no,
him.
I don't blame Portland for doing it. But
That's
you
two
look,
guys.
you look back.
You actually think that's
I
two?
blame Portland for doing that.
That's two perennial superstars.
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that.
I mean, you look back and it's just like, man, you
Yeah,
guys
but then
really
they also
suck
got
at
Lillard
drafting.
like pretty late.
They get Lillard late.
Yeah. And McCollum was like a 20-something overall pick.
And rumors Lillard
Collins
wants
was
to
supposed to be
leave
this
too.
good though. That's different.
Okay, the best Blazers team was the Jailblazers.
Jailblazers?
Jailblazer, Rasheed Wallace.
Bonzi
Pippen.
Wells on that team wasn't.
Bonzi Wells. That
Yes!
team was.
I
that
love
team
Bonzi
was
Wells teams.
Great.
For some reason.
No, the best one was in.
I think
sorry,
my,
talk about that
my
90s.
favorite
Don't
Blazers
talk about
team
that
was
90s.
Jailblazers.
Steve Smith?
No, I was going to talk 70s. I was
Clyde
talking
Drexler?
70s.
Yeah. So Bonzi Wells on all the classic teams. I think it was on the classic Nuggets team too. That was my favorite team ever
Memphis.
assembled
I
ever.
feel we're missing somebody from free agency.
Who? DeAndre Jordan was the
Yeah,
highest ranked.
Oh, because I want to go home and sleep soon.
Yeah.
Like
No,
in 5
right.
minutes. But since we're Toronto, what do you think of us re-signing Van Vliet?
I don't mind it. I
No,
hope they
really
trade
care.
Lowry.
That's respect. What
Why do you hate Lowry so much? He's the best player in the Raptors. He is.
I have no reason. I just hate him, right?
He's okay. Hate is a strong word.
Yeah, I know.
He just
But you don't want him on the team anymore.
I
He
don't.
doesn't suck 'cause he's the best player on the team.
I don't know about that.
He is.
He's just like he flops around. He's very emotional, which isn't a bad thing, but like he does it the wrong way. Every time he drives to the net, he's fouled. Right? He has to be fouled.
Yeah, like he's the only NBA player
Yeah,
that
Tim
does
Duncan.
that.
Tim Duncan never did that. Tim Duncan never did that.
But, like,
LeBron
I
James
just-
never does
I
that.
think he's only getting older.
He is getting older.
He is getting older.
If his value right now will be higher than it is next year
Nobody's gonna
and then
take
the
that
year
contract.
after. You don't think so? You don't think anybody will?
No, maybe in the last year.
33 million. No
He has
one's.
2 years left.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
33 million.
Yeah, but next
Someone will
year,
take
2
it
years.
next year.
expired.
Next year will be
Dump
fine.
it.
Next year, someone will take
A
it.
salary dump, no problem. But like, it's a horrible contract. I don't know.
Actually, I don't think it's that bad.
They gave
Raptors
LeBron
didn't have a
James money.
choice.
Why would you do that?
They didn't have a choice.
Because one, we didn't pay him that much.
Who are you
First
going to get
time
to
he
replace
did
him? You didn't know Van Vliet was
Steph
going to be
Curry
this good.
contract?
No,
Van Vliet was an undrafted free agent.
I wouldn't start Van Fleet though.
I would.
He's too small.
I would start Delon right over.
I can't believe he was nominated for Sixth Man.
I know, but he's too small.
a
Who
horrible
won it? Who
nomination.
won it?
I think Lou
Crawford.
Williams, who averaged like 20.
Oh, sorry, Lou Williams. Sorry, Lou Williams. His second 6 man of the year.
They're like, he averaged 7 points a game. Let's put him on the nomination. Like, for what? He didn't earn it, but whatever.
It
that's
really
fine.
and truly was the whole bench.
Yeah. Just
They-
say
they-
the bench.
because they could've- because
if you
they could've
accepted
not-
it, then you would have saw like Siakam come
Yeah.
We
up.
should have said
That,
that.
that's what that was all about, right? So
Where's the Raptors? Where the Raptors see now?
Top 3.
they're top 3. I mean,
the same as last year.
I mean, Indiana's
See, I
gonna be
don't-
better.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
They're going to lose more games. You said the same thing last year. We don't listen to you when you talk about the Raptors anymore.
I'm not talking. I was talking about the Raptors.
Tyreek
Hey,
Evans
hey,
went to Indiana.
Whoa, hang on. One
hey,
second. 1 second. You don't listen to me when it comes to the Raptors? When I'm 100% right?
You said last
I
year
don't
they
know
were
about
not
that.
going to make the playoffs.
No, I didn't.
What'd you say?
I would say they're definitely going to make the playoffs. And this is their best year to win.
Oh, my God.
You're the one who said they're going to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right?
No, I said 5. Raps in 5. I'll stand by it for life.
I thought the Raps would beat them in 6, but
It's not my fault. I'm right about
they're
that.
top 4 team.
I was talking about Indiana Pacers. I don't think they're going to be better. I don't think they're going to be as good as
They're better than you.
They signed some people. They got Tyreek Evans
Tarek Evans. Yeah.
and someone else.
No one of note. I don't think they're going to be that. I don't think the team you saw is not going to be.
Either way, the East is wide open. Any team.
So when you say top 3, who are you saying? Like Obviously, Boston.
Boston, Philly,
Boston,
Toronto.
how,
Philly, eh? I don't think.
Philly. I don't put Philly that high.
I think they're gonna drop a little bit.
Well, they got Reddick back. They lost Ilya Silva.
they lost.
Those- so, like, and
They
Bellinelli.
lost Bellinelli. But
Exactly.
those guys were after mid of the season anyway. But they went 16 in a
but
row
they
to
were-
get
they
in the
were a
playoffs.
huge part of
So-
why they did so well.
Yep. I agree.
So I don't think
And
they're
they
gonna be.
both took
Ben
paydays.
Simmons can't shoot to save his
I don't
life.
think that's important
But they'll have a full season of Fultz.
because you can get to. You can
Yeah,
get to
that's true. That's true. But can Fultz and Ben Simmons play together?
Yeah.
Think so?
Well, you just take the ball out of Simmons' hand, isn't it?
No, Simmons who has the ball. It's false has to play off the ball.
I don't know.
Or you trade Ben Simmons for.
No,
No,
Kawhi
they're,
Leonard.
they're not trading Ben
just
Simmons.
all you just take Simmons off the ball. He can catch the ball and go to the basket. It's not one of those.
Oh, see. He had a whole year of play.
See,
he's
this is
gonna
this
catch
is this
and
is, this is
shoot.
this is this is what I'm kind of trying to nail you guys down on something. Like I don't even see the second best team in the East.
Who, the Raptors?
Philly?
It might be the Raptors.
Philly's
Maybe.
Philly is probably. I could see Philly being in the top
3
five.
or 4, maybe.
Yeah.
3, 4,
The Raps
5.
haven't lost anyone, have they?
No, the Raps are bringing back the exact same team.
No,
Then they're,
we
they're
don't-
trying to get rid of Ibaka.
We don't know yet.
They're trying, but no one's taking that.
Who's taking that contract?
If I'm them, I
Orlando?
just ride it out.
Orlando seems to be dumping ground. You know,
we could've
they're
done-
still paying.
I would take Dwight Howard over.
Give us Biyombo.
You know, they're still paying Biombo to come off the bench. $17 million to come off the bench.
Bro, that's a good payday.
And they just drafted Bomba, who's the
Yeah.
center.
That was just a stupid move by Orlando.
They're
They were. I don't know what they were doing in that time period. They were just dumb.
Easy. They watched the NBA conference
what?
finals.
Yeah, you know
and-
But they had all those big men.
Good for Biombo.
Oh, good for him.
No, he
Yeah.
maximized. JV got injured. He said, "This is my moment," and he got paid. Good for him.
That's
Good
it.
for him.
There's certain players in this league.
And
I
that's
love.
where the NBA works.
They re-upped Eric Gordon.
Claire,
Dellavedova too, right?
That's my other guy.
He's right,
my
actually.
two favorite guys in the league: Biombo and Dellavedova.
But they all got
Max-
paid because
exactly.
of
Playoff
overachieving in the
Exactly.
playoffs.
Mind you, Dellavedova went to the finals and put on a good show against Steph Curry. He deserves his $12 million.
No, I know, but like that's what I'm saying is like those guys got paid for what they did in the
Yeah,
playoffs
it's not his fault, Milwaukee.
because they're
jacked.
magnified.
You know what actually happened? That explosion of money. All these teams had all this money
the cap.
because the cap went
Yeah,
up,
I understand
and they
that.
wanted to
But
spend
what,
it.
What we're saying though is that
Because I think the league's still recovering.
no
off
one
that.
knew who Dellavedova was
Yeah.
until he was the second best
know,
player
man. I
on
used to
that
watch
Cleveland
St.
team.
Mary's
Kyrie
basketball
Irving
late at
hurt
night.
his knee. If Kyrie Irving didn't get injured, he wouldn't have got that contract.
Exactly.
That's
And if
reality.
JV didn't get
I
injured,
hope-
Biombo wouldn't have
Yeah,
got that
I
contract.
hope Dellavedova slides a little money to Kyrie every now and then.
Yeah. just,
Thank you. Same with Biombo to
You know,
JV.
whenever it's his birthday, just hangs out. Comes
Well, you
over.
need these guys because I think Kyle Lowry's going to play even less minutes now. I think they're going to push Van Fleet with more minutes, which they
and
probably
they still
should.
got the one,
Yeah,
right?
you got right.
And they got right
That's
too.
great.
Yeah, and they got
I
right
agree
too.
with you. I think he's going to play less minutes, but that's good.
And they're probably going to try and get rid of Powell. I don't know who's going to take Powell.
No,
No,
one.
can't get rid of that
No
contract.
one is
Who's
taking
gonna
that
take
I
contract.
guarantee you someone's going to take Powell and say he didn't play enough minutes there. We're going to play him more minutes, and he's going to give him that same production. I
Yeah,
guarantee you
like
someone's going to
they thought Terrence Ross was going to do for Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's even worse than Orlando.
There was,
only-
there was,
you
there
know
was a
what?
post on the score where it had Kyrie Irving and Butler saying they want to go to New York, and I saw the first comment there was Terrence Ross. Hello, Orlando. Hello. He's waiting.
You know, I didn't see Terrence Ross this year at all.
He was hurt.
The only time I saw him was he was playing in a Fortnite Pro-Am
Was he?
Nice.
at the E3.
Nice.
The only reason I know that is because I follow his wife on Instagram.
Yeah. All right. Well,
She used to live here.
Yeah,
Rest is hang out with her.
sure she did. Sure she did.
One other free agent signing we didn't mention, which I think is kind of big, and I think it was a good deal, is Julius Randle to the Pelicans
Yeah,
for 2 years, $18 million.
I saw that. Is he gonna play?
Yes, he will.
He'll be starting.
He will. He's
Besides-
definitely start. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
with,
start for.
with Davis.
Because Davis actually, I think he's actually put in his head now that he is a 5. He should be
Yeah,
playing
but
at
is
5.
he better than what's the guy from Chicago that went over there? Who played great basketball. for
Holiday?
the Pelicans. No, come on,
True, Holiday still.
the big man. Come on, the big man.
The guy who can shoot threes.
Nah, Mirotic.
Oh.
Oh,
He's not a better player than Mirotic.
He's just only 3, though, isn't he?
No, he's a 4 and a great 4 because he's big and tall and can shoot the ball.
but he's an actual 4 though. He's not a 3 pretending to be a 4.
Well, neither is Randall.
Randall's a 4.
Yeah, I ran with 4. Yeah, sorry.
Randall's come on the bench for $18 million because I'm not.
$9 million.
Mirotic can shoot, so I can't really. I'm not gonna. If you're gonna have Davis in the middle,
Pelicans is gonna be in trouble. I think. Now they don't have Rondo.
Hey, they
No.
did well without Cousins.
no, it's no Rondo.
No Rondo now.
What
Rondo
about,
is a very under.
Oh yeah, Rondo is.
What I hear from what I hear
Playoff
about
Rondo.
no, what I hear from guys is Rondo is a basketball genius.
Yeah, great locker room guy, and he can pass. He's special at passing.
So it should be interesting to watch. What do you guys think about?
Just next topic immediately.
No, just because you made me
bouncing
think
around.
about it.
Yeah, we're
Jimmy
bouncing.
Butler.
You hate this,
basically
eh? You hate
trashing. Oh, I love it because I said this a while ago and you guys all laughed at me. Jimmy Butler,
Trashing the young guys
yeah, trashing the young guys.
because Wiggins sucks.
What has Jimmy Butler won in his
Guy,
life?
he's trashing Karl Anthony Towns more.
Because he's soft.
But
What has Jimmy Butler done? What is
Hold on, wait a second. Last podcast,
No, I like Jimmy Butler. I like Jimmy
right?
Butler.
I said Jimmy Butler wasn't good for that team.
Yes.
Not that he wasn't a good player, but he wasn't good for that team.
Yeah, and I disagree with you.
Right? But now we're watching and saying like Jimmy Butler is just basically trashing these guys in the media, right?
He wants to leave.
He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave.
play
He
with
wants him
Kyrie
to. No,
Irving.
it's not that he wants to leave. He wants those guys to step up. That's what he's trying to. That's what he's trying to do.
He wants to play with
No, he
Kyrie
wants to
Irving.
leave.
He wants to leave.
Go look at it. He wants
He
to
wants
play
someone.
like Kyrie.
He wants someone to trade for him, and then he's a free agent.
When's his contract though?
He's one more
Actually,
year.
I'll look it up.
He's
He's one
no
more-
one more year. Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Kyrie are trying to figure out how to play together. He wants to go play with Kyrie.
So I
Irving.
mean,
Who cares?
Just get out of here, man. I want to play with you. I want
Cares
to play
that
with
he's
you. Can we play together?
Jimmy Butler's a certified loser.
If you can do it, Wells, why you wouldn't you?
No, man. Like
100%
you know
you
who-
would.
You know, what one of my best friends is DeFeo. You see us every year. I mean, we don't have
And
to.
if you could, you would work together.
Why?
Why wouldn't you?
Why though?
If I could work with all you guys right now, I would.
Why?
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 Would
Why?
Because
I
you're
already.
my friend.
I can hang out with you outside of work.
Why would I? And I'll have fun at work.
He just wants out of that situation.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. He can't win there. Obviously, the West is retarded.
Does he
now.
want out of the situation? I haven't heard anything that he wants out.
basically,
I heard-
my argument was that he wasn't helping
No,
the
no.
growth of the young
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
No.
And he wasn't.
And
he wasn't.
right?
Because they want to win now. And Wiggins is not that guy. He is not that guy. Because what I heard is they want to get rid of Wiggins. But no one's gonna take that contract.
And Towns
Towns
last year was considered the next great thing, and now he's soft.
He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play
they couldn't
defense.
beat Golden State.
No, he doesn't want to play
I don't know
defense.
why.
They
I
finished-
don't know why.
They
the reason.
finished 8th. No, 7th.
And they were at third most of the year until Jimmy Butler went down.
Right. So is like really whose fault is all this? You
I
played
don't
Golden
know.
State in the first round. You're not going to go far against Golden State, and now you want to cop out by saying that these young kids are the problem.
Hold on.
Thanks.
I'm gonna flip this on you. So I was there. We were in third place. I got hurt, and you guys couldn't hold the fort.
Yeah, you are an
you're the
all-star.
best player in the
When
team.
you leave, we are not as good. We will lose more games.
But you were supposed to be these next guys. That's what Casey's saying. Wiggins and Towns are supposed to be the next guys.
Yeah, but-
and you guys couldn't hold this down for me while I'm hurt.
Anyway,
Hey, I'm Michael Jordan. I hurt my knee, and you guys didn't finish first.
And the
still.
Bulls made it to the conference finals
You
next
guys
year.
suck.
And the Bulls made it to the conference
Well,
finals
that's
next
how
year.
stacked that team. But I'm saying, like, it's not realistic, right? LeBron James goes down. The Cavaliers are supposed to win 80% of their
nobody.
games.
Cavs have nobody.
They're also playing in the West. If you lose 3 games, you fall to 7th
Towns
place.
is supposed to be one of the best centers in the league.
He is one of the best centers in the league.
Is he?
Yeah, would you take him? How many centers would you take over him? If you can name 5, then you win.
Probably 5.
Can you name?
Oh, these guys are.
What's Breeze?
Yo, where does we're done and this breeze comes blowing through?
Breeze kicking. I'm loving that.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I want to go on this whole soliloquy about what you liked good about the season. We can do this another time, but
No, you should do it right now.
um,
No one's trying to go to bed. It's 1 a.m. in the morning.
that was a good 4 hours. That was a part 2. What else? You want to say anything about the season?
No, I
Anything
just
you
think.
liked? Anything you want to improve?
Well, if you go back and listen to episode 1 and then listen to episode now,
completely different.
I think evolving as a team and as like a group, like every week, I think that's the most important thing you can do. Things. Yeah, I think that's like a good thing to look on. Things we can improve on. I just think we're just going to evolve and come up with some more stuff that's more creative and more. We'll come into our own show, but yeah, I think just the fact if you listen to episode 1 and listen to this episode, like the coherence and like the communication, everything, it's a lot better, and I think those are things to build on for the next season.
Smile. He wants to grab the mic. Hang on.
We're number 1. We're number 1.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, you've been a 3-time guest now, Casey.
3 times.
Anything you want to say about the podcast?
Your opinion matters now, I guess.
Oh, it does. Anything you want to say about the podcast? The thing I noticed about Benny, DeFeo, Casey, Anybody else we have on that podcast? No. Very eager to come on. When I say, hey, do you want to come on? Yes. There's that like, oh, I'll see. It's nope.
I'm
Yep.
gonna get there early.
I'm gonna get there early. Anything you want to?
Because they're part of the team. That's
Yeah.
why.
Anything you want to say about the podcast experience, this podcast in
It's
general?
fun. It's fun. It makes me kind of want to do other podcasts about other topics.
Listen to this guy.
So,
Oh, I got a few things lined
He's
up.
plotting over there.
I got a few things lined up.
oh, I am plotting.
I want to start that movie one, but you guys don't watch movies.
Oh, sorry, we have to work during the day.
That is true. I do. I get it.
My days off for the weekends, and I don't really like to spend time with the theater on that
Oh
time.
man, I have one more
Oh,
thing.
shoot.
Terrell Owens on the cover of Madden 19. Who's amped? Nobody. Just
He
me.
was on the cover of 2K19 for NBA.
LeBron.
No.
Antetokounmpo, yeah.
yeah.
Saw that.
My
No
boy.
one cares about him as much. Yo, T.O.'s on the cover of Madden.
We forgot about Milwaukee.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so this podcast has been fun. Not fun for me. Something that's way overdue. We're gonna come at you this summer with a few other ideas. I got some things cooking. Hopefully, you guys got a few things cooking. No, I'm not even gonna go to rundown. I was gonna go a rundown of like some of the best things that we did this year, but no time for this really.
If you listen, you know what they were.
Yeah, if you listen, you know what they were. This is fun. 2-part episode. These guys are super tired now, so I'm gonna let them go. You did the Horseplay podcast, Wells.
Yeah, we
So
just
please.
did episode 45 last night.
You guys will be going up through the summer.
Yeah, Horseplay will be going throughout the summer, and then I think Team we're going to pick it up end of September.
Yeah, we're gonna nail something down. I gotta figure that out because again, I'm gonna be in California in October, September, so we gotta try and figure that out.
Fancy, yeah.
I'm gonna be gone for like 3 weeks, so we gotta figure that out. Smythe, I think you had the season finale of SNLB shooting in.
Yep, they did that last week.
When are you coming back? Do you know?
After the summer, we're gonna have some stuff over the summertime. We got a lot of things going on. We're trying to get into the video, so we're doing a lot of tests and a lot of stuff for the listeners. It'll be a good time.
All right. So with that being said, and of course you're gonna hear Casey again. Don't you worry for all you Casey fans out there.
You Casey fans.
Casey J. Ford.
Don't forget the J.
All right, and so we're out. Hit him with that theme song, Smythe.
Nash Wells is Smythe host of the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.